The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Man, I thought I was going to change that intro, but I kind of like it now. I think I'm going to stick with it, man. 8 episodes in. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Real Figures. This is episode number 8. My name is Omar V. And if you guys are tuning in, to check out the week's toy news, man, of which we have an awesome lineup this week, man. So you guys strap yourselves in. If you guys are here for that, find the right place, man. As always, I do always like to go through my pickups before we get into like the new stuff. Just try to appreciate a little bit of this stuff. We're kind of having conversations with people throughout the week. So I always ask people in the chat, like, let me know what you guys are picking up, man. So, kind of talk about that stuff too, as the show starts. After that, I'll kind of say what's up to everybody in the chat. But, I'll start it off because I did see this link go for Power Princess this week, man. This was like a figure that was kind of selling out, and honestly kind of like a canary in the coal mine when it comes to these like low production runs from companies, man. I started seeing this one selling out. That's why I kind of knew to jump on some of the X-Men 97 stuff. But yeah, I saw this link pop up on Sci-Fi Toys this week, so I had to hop in there and get this one, man. Beautiful figure, dude. Just the sculpt on this, like I have no attachment to the character. I don't think I'm going to build out the rest of the team, but like this figure is this is action figure goodness right here. I love this shit. This shit looks awesome. And then also kind of just to justify the shipping, I got the Return of the Jedi R2-D2. This thing's pretty dope, man. Finally scaled up R2. It's like on that new mold that they kind of made. It's pretty dope. It has like a feature, it kind of pops up. You kind of stick all your accessories in there so you won't lose any of this stuff. Pretty awesome, man. I always missed out on the SH Fig Arts, and I think the only thing this thing needs is kind of like a wash and stuff. It's pretty clean for R2, but I think it's still dope. So I got that, and then couldn't do without my boy Annie, bro. So I had to go and get the Anakin. Saw he was in stock on Amazon, so I kind of just ordered him. It's kind of a lame figure. I mean, it's not like superly articulated, but it's Anakin, bro. And it's just like, I don't know. I've been kind of bitching about not getting like Phantom Menace love this year when it's like the 25-year anniversary. So I had to go in for him, man. Like he just looks so cool. Like I wish the head sculpt was a little bit better, but I still like it a lot. It's still a cool figure. Just put him right next to my Darth Vader on my show, so that'll look pretty cool. But yeah, that's all I got this week. Like I said, man, it's kind of hard to kind of enjoy each thing like as it comes in if you're getting a lot of stuff. But it's always just trying to open it and kind of pose it out a little bit for me and enjoy it like that. And then kind of it usually just kind of goes on my shelf. So sometimes I'm kind of like, man, maybe I could pass up on some stuff, But like I said, some stuff like this that I did see starting to sell out, I was like, you know what, it's better now than ever, you know what I mean? So I had to go in for this one, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys are picking up. As more people trickle in, I'll say what's up to everybody. But let me say what's up to the people here already, man. We got Dark Bulb. Dude, it's a lot of East Coasters, man. I did start the show a little bit early this week just because I got work after this, man. So I got to kind of maybe sneak in a little bit of a nap or something before I head out to work. But yeah, they want to do the show, man. But yeah, I kind of noticed in the chat we got a lot of the East Coast guys. But it's starting out with Dark Bulb in the house. What's up, Dark Bulb? Got you here, man. Good to see you, bro. KJ in the house. He said, "What's up, peace? What's good with you, KJ?" Earlier today, yeah, I know. I was like, you know what? Let me try it earlier, man. Just because, like, I usually do it at 7, but last time I did it at 7, I went to work, man. I was hurting, man. So not this week. Abel Frost is in the house. Another East Coaster. So you got a guy from Miami, guy from Boston. You're from Boston, right, KJ? And then Massachusetts too, right, Dark Bulb? Somewhere around where the witches do their witchcraft and shit, man. But yeah, as more people trickle in, say what's up to everybody, and we'll start the show right now, man. Didn't pick up shit this week, just something hitting HLJ warehouse. Yeah, dude, it's like I said, man. Sometimes you get other stuff like throughout the week. Like I had showed off this Duke last week, and I barely opened it. Like, sometime this week, but this thing is sick, man. Give him the Captain America shield just because I just feel like it's a cool thing with him, Duke figure is awesome though, bro. You guys are like not picking up some of the retro stuff. You guys already have these characters. I suggest kind of maybe boxing those up and getting some of these new ones, man. I'm waiting on Scarlet. I had ordered her through GameStop, so I'm still waiting for that one to ship out, man. I'm waiting for that. And then the Sabretooth 2-pack, I saw that it was in stock there, so that's where I kind of wanted to get some free shipping with Scarlet. Salem, yeah, Salem. Salem. Every time I hear that name of that place, I'm like, yeah, it's scary to live there. B Rivera in the house. What's up, B? What's good with you, man? NYC, another East Coaster in the house. Wonder where this guy's from. NYC Finger Fanatic. What up, man? You working the graveyard shift? Yeah, I usually start like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I like it. I like it just kind of fits my lifestyle and stuff. But yeah, trying to do this show. I'm usually off on Monday, so it would like work out, but not this week, you know. Plus tomorrow I got like a really kind of a long day, man. I got like a lot of stuff kind of planned out. So yeah, probably gonna have to definitely get some sleep right now after the show. I'm in Canada. Hey, you spell Canada wrong, bro. You gotta spell it with the K. My man, damn Bulb, KJ, really the witch country for real. Yeah. I've been to Boston before. Boston's cool. Boston's real chill. It's got its own kind of vibe and stuff out there. My brother was kind of stationed out there. So I went out there when I was like in high school, kind of visit him and stuff. Andy's in the house. What's up, Andy's? Good you, man. Got the X-Men 97 fan. I got to, dude, I seriously got to walk back what I said about that series, like starting off before even giving it a shot. I've been hearing great things, and I am actually going to go in and watch it once it's all said and done. I'm going to just make a fake email and then get like a free week or something, some kind of free thing. You said, what the fuck? I want to see you in Canada? Canada, yeah, man. The great Canada. But yeah, let's start the show, guys, because like I said, man, we got an awesome lineup of toys this week. Started off with a little bit of Mondo action, guys. If you guys remember Daria, I remember Daria, bro. This was like MTV before it got too out there, bro. This was like MTV, like late 90s, early 2000s and stuff. And if you guys are kind of familiar with this character, she actually debuted in Beavis and Butthead, which was kind of cool when I first found out. I remember like kind of not having cable when I was like younger, so we didn't really get to watch too much Beavis and Butthead. So Daria was like our kind of not our first introduction to Beavis and Butthead, because I do remember the movie. And yeah, finding out that she was originated from Beavis and Butthead was always kind of cool. So I thought these figures are cool for what they are. They're more, I don't know, they kind of remind me of like PVC, like art toys, you know. I do believe they have like interchangeable arms and like interchangeable heads to kind of allow some kind of like different kind of articulation and stuff. Maybe like joints at the shoulders and stuff and the neck. So for what they are, they're kind of cool. But I think the main thing with these is that Daria and her friend Jane, they're not really properly scaled to anything. They're more like a 1/9 type of scale, something weird. I think, you know, it's not proper 1/6 and it's not 1/12. These are like 8 inches tall, so kind of odd to make these like that. And that's kind of what kind of throws me in that whole like art toy direction. And yeah, this is the Beavis and Butthead head sculpt right here. So Daria looking a little bit more lame than what she was. Daria was always so cool just for being just so kind of lame and in her own world, you know. She was always doing her own thing. So I always enjoyed the show, and the characters in there were pretty funny too. I forget the name of their friend, the dude, but he was funny. They had like jocks in there, and it was just a pretty awesome show, man. Like just kind of looking back at it. We got Paul Morales sliding in, man. So I want to say what's up to everybody as they come in. But yeah, did you guys check these two figures out? Because it's $135 for both, and like I was saying, it's 8 inches tall. It's not really gonna blend in too well with like your 6-inch action figure stuff, or I think it could kind of fudge in like a 1/6, you know, because that's like 12 inches. And, you know, these were like high school kind of, you know, characters and stuff. So they don't really have to be huge figures. I think they could still kind of blend in like a 1/6 collection, you know, because they are kind of stylized in a more animated look, you know. So they would be kind of their own thing. I think the main thing that people are kind of like wondering is if they're going to continue like a line that has like these like 8-inch figures, you know, because I heard people wanting some, you know, Beavis and Butthead even. I've heard King of the Hill. I've seen a lot of comments on just different kinds of like animated series from that time in this kind of fashion. Because even The Simpsons, I know we were talking about Jax a few weeks ago and how well they're going to pull off like a more collectible friendly line. But I wouldn't mind a Simpsons line like this at all, dude. Like honestly, like an 8-inch scale like Simpsons line, like I think that would look really good because the sculpt on this and the paint, the detail and stuff that's kind of going into this is pretty awesome. And I can imagine them tricked out with like plenty of accessories, you know. And that's what I feel like Super 7, like, man, you guys are not boutique, bro. You guys are like seriously the cheapest Happy Meal stuff quality going around when you guys are making stuff, you know, because I feel like this is the stuff they should have been producing at $55 price points for like their 6-7 inch scale figures. You know what I mean? This is like the type of stuff that should have been up their wheelhouse, but just sadly wasn't a lot of the times. But yeah, do you guys remember Daria at all, or am I kind of lame and old for this shit, man? We got Cobra. These are cool, but just not for scale, not the scale for me. And I don't have the attachment to Daria. I remember Beavis and Butthead more than this, to be honest. Yeah, totally. I feel like if there was like a, maybe if these didn't start it off, like I feel like if there was like a proper line like this, even if it was 8 inch, like getting Beavis and Butthead figures or something, and I don't know, maybe like I said, yeah, they're not gonna fit in with your like 12, like 6 inch stuff, but I don't know. I just think that they're sculpted out really nice and the paint looks good. It looks like they just popped out of the series and stuff. So that's pretty awesome, you know. But yeah, I gotta be with Cobra on this one. I'm not going in for these, but at 135 for both, like I said, $55 each for a Super 7 Ultimates. That wasn't coming anywhere near this quality. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the times, maybe, you know, Brian, he wasn't really a fan of articulation. Then figure something else out like this. Kind of just do attachment of like limbs and heads and stuff, and you'll get like plenty of like different kind of looks for your figure, you know? Got to kind of just think outside of the box some of the times, you know, because you don't really need Daria to be doing like a Spider-Man pose and all that stuff. You know, you just kind of need them to look really sculpted out and really well. And speaking of great skulls, moving on to this Mondo 1/6. This is 1/6 Trapjaw mini comic version. So this is kind of more to represent the mini comic look that Trapjaw first was appeared in. Even though the toy was different colors, the mini comic came in this like lime green color. So a lot of people that got the figure were always kind of like, "Yo, why doesn't he look like this in the comic?" You know what I mean? When they were playing with the toy. My man Pac is in the house. What up? What up, Pac? What's good with you, man? Yeah, so a lot of the times, like when kids were getting like some of these figures, the looks that they had, not only in the animated series but in the comic book, you know, versus the toys, look completely different. So a lot of the people kind of say this is maybe first appearance Trapjaw, even though it's not first appearance in the cartoon or the toy. It still kind of came out at the same time, and there was no real explanation for that outside of just maybe I've heard explanations of like maybe the artists when they were given the task to kind of produce the comic, they just didn't want a blue guy and then Skeletor being blue also to kind of clash. So they kind of just drew them in a different kind of color, shaded them differently. But it looks really cool. It's not really necessary if you did pick up the other Trapjaws, but just enjoying these like beautiful shots from Raul Barrero. He's like the Masters of the Universe Motu guy from Mondo. Takes all their photography and just I think he sets them off, and like whatever they're paying him, like it's worth every dime, if not, you know, more, because he's just selling these things really well. It just sets it off, like the beautiful dioramas that he makes. Also, he makes these, you know, I've seen like videos of him like making like the Snake Mountain and stuff. And then on top of that, the posing of this to kind of represent actual illustrations. Like here we have the mini comics, so we have the Menace of Trapjaw represented in the shot beautifully. You know what I mean? So not only is he like the lighting on point, but it's just homaging a certain artwork, and it's just done really well. So like I said, it sells this stuff really great, man. Just every time there's a drop from Mondo, like even though I'm not going in for like a lot of them, I am just enjoying the photography that's being done for these figures. It's just chef's kiss, man. Tyler is in the house. What's up, Ty? What's good with you, man? This guy wants to talk to Legends. We're gonna talk that today, man. Yeah, got an awesome show today, guys. We got everything from Marvel Legends to little MEZCO Ty. We got these Mondos right here. But yeah, man, sit back, enjoy, and then yeah, talk some figures with me, man. But what do we got here? What do we got? Dark Bolt. The Trapjaw is dope. Yeah, I think he just has such a cool design that even this color swap works, you know. Especially kind of having yeah, I can kind of understand an artist thinking that like, yeah, it's gonna clash too much with the Skeletor right next to the guy, so let's switch it up a bit, you know. My man, he's like, yeah, I remember watching Daria. Who didn't watch Daria, man? Even if they were 7 to scale, I would have picked them up. 8 inch is just odd. Yeah, super odd for that figure, man. But any of you guys going in for this Mondo stuff? Motu Mondo is dope. Yeah, bro. Man, shout out to my man Boncho, dude. He's been picking up a few of them, man. He's got a nice little collection he built up. But yeah, me, I did pre-order one on BBTS just in case I changed my mind and want to go in for it because I didn't get the other deluxe Trapjaw, and then I passed on the animated colors like version one. The only thing about it though is this is the same price as that first deluxe one, man. Like that first deluxe one was just such a great deal. But going back to this, like just the beautiful photography that's done, even panels inside of the mini comic, this guy's like showcasing, you know, with the figure. So it's pretty dope, man. It sells it really well. Also, Mondo taking liberties and illustrating their own kind of version on it on the box. So the box art's even dope, man. Like I would hate to even throw away the boxes to these figures because they're just so sick. And yeah, like I was saying, this is the other two versions of the Trapjaw. This one right here on the left is like the more animated colors version, the Filmation edition. Mini comic version in the middle. And then we have right here on the right, this is the first one that came out, the deluxe version that I feel is just probably a grail. Honestly, it's going to be a grail because they're not going to release that one ever again. And it just came with so many great accessories, such a good look. But this one isn't this one isn't bad, man. If you missed out on either of them, man, this one's still cool. It's still paying homage to something pretty classic. You know, and it's just, you know, if you, a lot of people want comic representation, this is it right here, you know. There was a Origins that released, I think, about a year and a half ago. So this Origins, when it came out, was kind of a big deal. It was the mini comic Trapjaw, because like I said, when the original toy came out, it was not in this deco. It was in the standard blue with the red, you know, helmet and stuff, and didn't have this like color stuff. So now that the Origins is kind of producing a lot of the vintage stuff, reproducing, they're also taking liberties and making stuff that never came out before. So this one, when it came out originally, sold out initially, kind of went up in price, but they just recently reissued it again. So you're able to kind of get it right now for like $20. So yeah, that's the mini comic color version, and yeah, it's kind of cool to look at them side by side with the Mondo and just look at the the detail that just goes into like a 1/6 figure from these guys versus a little retro style toy. It's just, yeah, it's pretty impressive, you know. But yeah, Mondo 112 would be interesting for real. Oh man, I've heard that plenty of times, dude. Yeah, like I said, I get my my fix from the new Eternia stuff. Let me actually go get one real quick, because I think they're great, man. For what they are, they're pretty dope. Yeah, like what they are, dude. Like they're painted really good. Um, the sculpt on these is great. Let's see real quick. Like look at this, dude. This was $20. $20, bro. $20 for this. So, new Eternian line, Masters of the Universe from Mattel is like, don't sleep on this shit, guys. $20. And I was showing off the Webster figure. New Eternia. That thing is going for like $100 on eBay. I was showing my man Boncho, and I think 8 was asking me about it. We were talking about it. And yeah, man, that thing is like already going up in price. So yeah, like I wouldn't sleep on the new Eternia line. Even though something like this, a more premium like 112 version of a figure like this would hit. And I know Ramen Toys was supposedly working on something, you know, so I don't know. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition, but he did have some of that stuff kind of showing off, like some early prototypes showing off at PowerCon last year. So maybe I'm crossing my fingers for that. But in the meantime, like I said, new Eternia, don't sleep on that stuff. That's the line to collect. I am passing on this Trapjaw though. Like I said, it was tempting. I did pre-order one just to see maybe, you know, if the funds are right when when this hits and I got a little more disposable income, which I never really do, but who cares, right? I've got the He-Man, Skeletor, and the 2 cats. No more room for this. Maybe. Nah, Dark Bulb, you did it right, bro. I should have done that. I should have done that. I can still potentially go in for a He-Man. The aftermarket hasn't gotten crazy. But the 2 cats, dude, forget about it, bro. Those should have been the ones to get like first, and then the other ones you could backtrack on. I missed out. I missed the train, man. But those are sick. How's articulation on Mondo? Don't have any on poor. Man, the one that I have I actually never unboxed, man, because like I said, I thought I was gonna let go of it, but for what they are, I think they're pretty good. Dartboy, have you unboxed your He-Man? I know you did. You had to have. But from what I've seen, they look really good, and from what I've seen, they move relatively well. Like they got like double jointed knees. Doesn't look like they got double jointed elbows, but they don't want to really break up too much of the sculpt. But yeah, I don't think you're gonna be posing these things around, kind of like Hot Toys. You don't really pose them around. That's the thing about like 1/6 figures. They're more like display pieces that you could get like various looks on. But yeah, you're not. I wouldn't say you're gonna be able to push this thing to any kind of limits or anything like that. Because even like the first like series of He-Mans that were hitting, a lot of people were kind of snapping the torso off. Kind of, it was just not really up to standard. So I wouldn't I wouldn't really want to be pushing this thing. But yeah, for what they are, like I said, at the price points too, they're not crazy expensive. They're like relatively cheap for what you're getting. So they're pretty good, but don't move like 1/12 scale stuff. Yeah, I would imagine exactly. I don't think you ain't playing with these. These are for shelf presence mostly. Yeah, like I said, yeah, exactly. You're getting various looks. You could do, the walking, the jaywalk or whatever. You can do all that stuff pretty fine, but yeah, you ain't doing too much with these, man. But still, like I said, they give you enough stuff to kind of definitely do. This guy right here is obviously having a lot of fun reproducing these shots, so looks pretty dope, man. And I think for that, I think that's what they're mostly there for. My man Will in the house. What's up, Will? Didn't miss too much. We're still talking some of the Mondo stuff, but we'll move on. As like I said, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to get through, man. Moving on to the Mondo 1/6 scale Batman the Animated Series Noir versions. These are, along with that Trapjaw Big Bad Toy Store exclusives. So if you guys are interested, you're gonna have to go through Big Bad for these, man. Which I didn't mind, actually. Like I said, Big Bad you could kind of pre-order and maybe change your mind later. It's usually about just locking the stuff in, which I did. But these Batman, the animated series Noir versions are a little bit too niche. But kind of going through like the photography of them, I would have actually have minded watching the series like this in a noir version, because just the style of Bruce Timm and all that stuff, like it fit like that noir, that black and white TV. Just the way they like designed Gotham, the design the characters, like it fits. So kind of looking through this Batman, and next up we have Joker. Like, I wouldn't have minded that, kind of going back and maybe watching a noir version of that series, because yeah, it just looks really cool. I think after a while you would kind of start to miss out, like, some of the more bright colors and stuff throughout the series. Like, obviously you're not gonna get his purple suit. So a lot of that stuff would get lost, in translation to a more like black and white type of series. Even Harley Quinn too, she debuted in Batman the Animated Series, so you wouldn't get that bright vibrant red, on her costume. So these figures kind of fall in line with that. Like, I don't know, they're a little bit too niche. And initially you're only really getting Batman, Joker, and they come with all the accessories and stuff, and then Mr. Freeze. So I don't know. For what they are, I think if you missed out on the original ones, I think you could still get them. I don't think they've gone crazy aftermarket prices. I think I would just stick to the regular classic versions. Because yeah, this only makes me want to watch a series in black and white. It doesn't really make me want these figures so much. But the sculpts are beautiful. Like, they do got to get reuse out of these. I just have to wonder how many they're actually producing. I can't imagine it's a high production run, because I don't see a lot of people going in for this. Like, you would have to be a huge Batman the Animated Series fan to kind of want these. You know what I mean? Because they're just a little bit too obviously muted. So I don't know how much they would have shelf presence, and like we were just saying about that Trapjaw, the Mondo stuff for shelf presence. So ain't got no color on it. Shit, man. My man Liquid is in the house. What up, Liquid? Liquid, you always got like 3 accounts, bro. It's like Liquid below 0 with the 0 with the O's. You guys always throwing me off. What's up, man? What's good with you? But yeah, Joker from Pleasantville. Yeah, right. That movie's a good movie. That's a good movie, dude. That's a tripped out movie. You guys ever read that book, The Giver, where they have that chapter where he sees the color red for the first time? It's so tripped out, bro. I remember reading that book and being like, damn, that's a good one. Did they ever make a movie of that? Or is that like a dream that I had? Because I was like, did they make a movie of that shit? I always thought that was a great book. But yeah, I don't think too many people are going in for this. I myself am staying away from these. I always thought about going back and getting that Batman and Joker, because that would be kind of cool. You know what I mean? So it is kind of cool that they're producing them. And then we got an early preview or early tease for Bane 1/6 figure from Batman the Animated Series. So yeah, this thing is gonna be chunky, man. And like I'm saying, man, like, even though I wouldn't want to watch a noir version, it still wouldn't replace just the classic, colored version, because even right here you can see a little bit of the cell shading with the blue highlight that just sets off the character designs. So yeah, definitely excited to take a look at this next week. Yeah, this thing is gonna be freaking huge. Probably gonna be scaled up like that beast, man, from Masters of the Universe, man. So be on the lookout for that one. I think that one's gonna be pretty sick, and it's probably gonna tempt a lot of people, like for sure. They probably haven't picked any of them up before because they're not really shying away from the size of these characters. That man bat that they released last year or this year, man, that thing is humongous, bro, and they didn't shy away from that. They sculpted out beautifully. Like these figures are being sculpted out beautifully, man. Like, and yeah, like it's just all about shelf presence. Even though you do get as probably as good at articulation as you could possibly get, man. Into these without breaking too much of the sculpt. But yeah, we'll definitely take a look at this one next week, guys, because I'm excited to take a look at it. And then from there we move on to the DC McFarlane verse, the Todd verse, and fuck me, man. I was excited for a Punchline figure, bro. I was excited for Punchline figure. We finally get it. I still got to go in for this 2-pack. I think that Joker looks pretty awesome. I think that Joker looks great. And the Punchline, it looks pretty dope. Like, I want the character, but man, what is up with that head sculpt, bro? I feel like they just mailed this one in when it's like, man, I can see them repacking this, giving you a different head sculpt. They're gonna repack this. There's no way. There's no way they left any kind of expression out of her face. Because as good as I like the figure, as well as I think the body is, and like her costume and stuff, design looks really great. I even saw Jorge Jimenez kind of put this on his Instagram. He was excited. I'm sure he's getting it. But man, looking at this Prime 1 Studio statue, obviously it's a statue. Obviously it's gonna be way better detail and paint. But just the expressions the Punchline has, and like if you know anything about her character, she's like a female Joker. Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn, but Punchline is kind of more designed and kind of created to kind of be like a female type Joker, really off the rails, really crazy, rambunctious, and crazy like that. She's psycho, bro. So I kind of wanted like something, bro, like a smirk, a smile. The biting of the lip one is fucking wild, man. And then even this one right here, this smile with the teeth, I would have wanted something like that, where I feel, my man Todd, you let me down, bro. I always got your back, man. God damn it. So it's just kind of sucks, man. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, obviously it's not gonna be this finely detailed, but something, bro. It's like a smirk. She's like a dude, bro. Kinda low key. I'm just saying, man. Yeah, exactly. She looking like a man. She looking like a man. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man, TV, bro. Yeah, dude. It's just like, man. It's just such a letdown when I saw this figure. Was it revealed yesterday? Yeah, it was revealed yesterday. Um, so I don't know. Oh shit, Toddy Mac, reason why I'm here. Get Andy's. The punchline is she got a dick. Oh man. Yeah, it's just like, dude, when I first saw this character in the comics, I was like, whoa, she's hot. Like, yo, hell yeah, finally. Because in the comics or in the series, they've made Harley Quinn kind of more of an anti-hero. And also she's kind of digging on Poison Ivy. So Joker got his new side piece, man. Here comes Punchline. And yo, character design is, I liked it a lot. I like it a lot. But man, I was excited to get a figure, but it's just like, dude, now it's like, I gotta wonder, man, if there's any, like, I don't think there's gonna be any import company that ever makes this figure. Not anytime soon. Not within probably the next 5 years, if that. Um, Maybe she gets in a live action movie, but I would have to hope for like a Maisie Yamaguchi. Maybe I could see potentially them, and maybe like a third party company, man. But I am getting this 2-pack in the hopes that I can acquire like a third party head sculpt that gives a little bit more spice, man. God damn, bro. Like, come on, man. Biting lip. I don't know. I mean, I was like, yeah, let me show this Prime 1 statue. Obviously, this thing is like almost $2,000. It's obviously I'm not comparing what they can do here versus a 112, but I mean, Todd sculpts are not the worst. Some of them are pretty bad, but some of the Supermans that have come out are pretty bad. But like just seeing this one, I feel like they mailed this one in pretty. Like that jawline, like dude, no, bro, like nah, dude. She looks like the Pokemon Go, the new Pokemon Go avatars that the Pokemon Go is changing for everybody. You guys seen that? Like I said, bro, pay attention, guys. You're getting rid of the female bodies and faces, proportions. I don't want that stuff. But I don't know. I don't think that happened here. I just think maybe they didn't really know the character so well, and it's kind of just what they sculpted. Maybe they were given an image of it. She didn't really have too much of a smirk or any kind of a expression on her face or anything. So that's probably just what they went with. But I wish they would have taken a look at some of the other stuff produced, because I think this statue was a big deal for that. Like it was the first time like something official of her like officially licensed was being made. And yeah, I got to see the unboxing. Jorge Menez was like, yeah, he created this character, so he was getting like all the swag and stuff. But yeah, he was stoked for that. And I think when he sees this, he's gonna be like, fuck. But yeah, they got me though. Todd still got me for this shit. Like I said, I'm in the hopes of getting the third party head sculpt. But yo, keeping it with the Todd verse, the McFarlane verse, this was also kind of shown off this week. Went up on Amazon early listing solicitation. We had the Batman Beyond, Batman Futures, and Glow in the Dark edition. So he's continuing to kind of get reuse out of these molds. Believe this was a bath before, so now he's kind of repacking it, giving it that glow in the dark, which I like. I think it looks pretty dope. I think this looks pretty cool. I never built out the bath. But I always thought it looked really dope. Now it's like, I do like the fact that I don't have to build out the bath and I could just buy it with this cool glow in the dark paint. But it's just like, do I really need this shit? It just looks too crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I like the Joker like head portrait and stuff. Like that looks pretty sick, and even like the paint on him, like the solid white, like that looks really dope. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar with this comic run like that, or yeah, I think it was in comic run, right? I don't think this came out in the anime series. So yeah, don't have any attachment to this, but I think it looks really cool, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going for it. I think I'm not gonna pre-order it, and if I ever see it on clearance through Amazon, I'm gonna have to swoop in. Um, what's the chat saying? So you're saying the average woman? Yep, gotta look like a man, dude. 2024. Whoa, man. Amazing Yamaguchi or maybe Mayfex would give you those other head sculpts. Yeah, like I said, Mayfex, I don't know. I feel like they're doing more classic comic book. But I could potentially see Yamaguchi doing it, maybe him doing his version, kind of like he's done with, Harley Quinn and Catwoman. Like he's definitely got his eye on those rogues gallery or whatever for the females of Batman. So that I think he's like our only hope, honestly. But yeah. But anybody going there for this Joker, Batman Joker guy? Don't think so. It's a new style. Is it a girl or a boy? What is a girl and boy? What are you doing, bro? There's no such thing. No, just kidding. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like I said, look up Pokemon Go and look at the controversy that's going on there. Cannot distinguish boys and girls anymore. You're not allowed to, bro. Not allowed to make that judgment call. They gotta be both, like this Joker and Batman. It's a perfect figure for that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna hold off. Like I said, if I see it on clearance, I'll swoop in. And then next up, we got a little Bandai action. We got SH Figure Arts Ichigo Dual Zangetsu. Damn, dude, I never kept up with Bleach, man. I'm like trying to think back where I dipped out. But I heard good things about like the newer seasons that recently came out. It was like year and a half ago or 2 years ago. Just never went in and watched them, man. Kind of got burnt out by fucking rotting my brain watching all the One Piece. Like I haven't seen like the newer episodes, but I caught all the way up to him fighting Kaido. And I just kind of just got like just super tired with like anime. So I haven't gone in and watched anything up until a few months ago. I got back in and started watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Finally wrapped up the first season, but Bleach is something that I've always said I want to go back to, and I just never have. Always did like the characters. The character designs were always cool. The power sets and all that stuff was always dope. Animation was cool, but it was always like that shonen series that I didn't fully get into. You know what I mean? Even though it had all the everything that you would kind of want in like an anime series. or even manga series. But yeah, when looking at the figures, seeing them, I'm just it kind of steers me away from going into and watching it, because then it's just like, man, am I gonna want figures of them? So kind of seeing that there's continuing to kind of pump this line out fairly well. I've seen like I think there's like 3 or 4 characters already. I think this is the second Ichigo, and this thing is pretty stacked with accessories, man. It's got plenty of hands. It's got this dope effect pieces. It's gonna have 4 swords, so one sheath and non-sheath. I thought the figure looked pretty dope, but yeah, like I said, it's not one of those shonen series that I was like really into. And even like the one that I really enjoyed was Naruto. I haven't gone deep in the line. I've only bought like a few of the characters. I haven't really gone deep. It's like, I don't know, it's just fucking Bandai, dude, making all this shit, bro. You know what I mean? Seeing that Yusuke figure from Yu Yu Hakusho like a few weeks ago, I'm like, fuck, man. Like, you gotta kind of pick and choose. I'm always kind of really good about not going fully into stuff. I always just kind of want to main. So saying that, I would want like an Ichigo figure. I've always had like my eye on the Dawson ones, but I just never went in for any of them. But this would kind of fit in well with the rest of my Bandai Shonen Jump Shelf and all that stuff. So maybe. I know my man Cobra's hyped for this one, man. I don't know. I don't know if he's getting this one. If he already got the other Ichigo, if there's like even that huge of a difference, you know what I mean? He does get like a different kind of power set, right? Cobra, like getting these dual fucking blades and shit. My man Wavy's in house. It's a shame, dude. Yeah, that punchline, man. Wish Yamaguchi would do classic 80s Storm. Oh, that would be off the hook, dude. Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen the truth, Chef's kiss. Yeah, man. I fell out of that one early on. Like I didn't really give it like it's like I guess it's time or it's space or whatever. Like I said, I was just kind of really focused on watching like One Piece and catching up through that. And then yeah, just recently like talking to like various people like at work, and then my older brother, he said Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty good. Various friends just kind of telling me like, dude, you should really give it a chance. And I was like, all right. Went back watching. Yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm gonna start season 2. I don't know. I finished season 1 like a month ago, so definitely want to get back into it again, man, before I fall behind. I had been picking up some of those figures though. I had been picking up some of those figures when I first got into it, man. So I have been seeing those ones kind of come out, and they're all looking dope as fuck. You got to go back and finish it, bro. Skip all the fillers. Once you get to what they're showing now, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Yeah, dude, that's funny, bro, because it's like when I was looking at this solicitation on Instagram, a lot of people were like, "Where's Jujutsu Kaisen? Where's Jujutsu Kaisen?" And some guy was like, "Man, shut the fuck up about Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, dude, this is dope." And he's like, "Watch this." Some guy was like, "Oh, is this good?" And he's like, "Watch this. Skip all the filler." That's the thing they always say about every anime. Skip all the filler, man. It's like fucking hell. Oh man, it's just like, dude, they just need to edit the filler out, bro. Like everybody says that about everything. Like One Piece, they say that. This, they say that. One Piece is fucking. God damn, bro. Watch One Pace. If you guys have heard of One Pace, watch One Pace. If I was starting off, I think I would watch One Pace and not just the regular series. Like I said, I rotted my brain on that shit, man. Like it's dope. But now, even now, it's like, man, I didn't watch it probably since late last year, early this year, I think. So yeah, I got off of it, man. Got off of that dope, bro. That shit was rotting my brain. But yeah, anybody else besides my man Cobra going in for this Ichigo? Like I said, it looks pretty dope, man. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really a fan of like the robes, like the pants, like how they have the articulation there. But they pull it off for what it is. They pull it off well. It's not like super ugly. Like it's, it's the only way it could be done, honestly, without soft goods. You know, it's just for me, it just looks a little bit too, I don't know, like too like a puzzly kind of like a Transformers almost. You know, it just looks a little bit too blocky right there. But yeah, it allows for the best possible range and stuff, and yeah, without attempting soft goods, it's the best you can do. So it's not terrible. But yeah, see, it's like hidden really well. Like you can't really see it so much, so it's not a complete deal breaker. Like yeah, I definitely gotta probably go in for the Ichigo. Probably want to go in for that first release though, if it's just a more standard look. I always like that. I always just like the base forms, you know. Their power ups and all that stuff are always cool, but their base forms are always for me just the ones I really like to go get. Need a May figure. This is the most recent form, definitely in all the Bleach stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, season 2 Jujutsu Kaisen is nuts. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. You got to get to season 2. is that's why I was like, man, season 1 I was like, man, I don't know. It seems kind of like mixed between like Yu Yu Hakusho and like Naruto. So I was like, I don't know. Nah, I don't know. And the main character, like I said that about My Hero Academia, I gotta like really like that, like the main character. So kind of getting introduced to the rest of the characters. Like, all right, you could find like one of your favorites. It's like, okay, I'll see what's up with this. It's like even watching One Piece, I thought Luffy was lame as fuck. But when you first see Zoro and that dude's got the 3 blades, the 3 swords, I was like, hey, this guy's pretty dope, bro. I'm gonna have to enjoy this, peep this out. It looks pretty cool. Did you watch Jujutsu Kaisen 0? The movie? Nah, I haven't watched that. I definitely gotta get that one. That's like a prequel, huh? It's like a prequel from what I heard. So I heard you didn't have to watch it. So I probably gotta go back and watch that shit. But keeping it with Bandai, moving into SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball GT. Oh man, that intro song is always the shit. Step into the Grand Tour. Man, that thing's gonna be stuck in my head at work. But here we have Super Android 17, man. This figure looks pretty freaking dope, man. Like seeing this thing get shown off the other day, I was like, damn, I didn't have this on my radar to come out soon. It just they sneak these GT reveals in like at just random times. So man, just looking at it, dude, I think I'm gonna go in for this shit, man. I don't think GT gets its proper love, bro. I think it gets hated on a little bit too much, man. Because the story might not be the best. There's definitely things that I didn't like about it, but I kind of like it better than Super. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to say. I'm one of those guys. Um, Character designs were pretty fucking awesome, and I feel like if they went back, adopted some of those character designs, adopted some of the storyline, fine-tuned it, and then carried that on instead of doing Super, man, we could be staring at something great, guys. But man, like I said, character designs are dope. This guy was freaking crazy fucking strong in this shit. He was like going heads up with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think he was like fused, like he was like a fusion of like 2 Android 17s, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, even just seeing him, I think when I first saw him, Toonami always used to have like these like promos, like commercial promos and stuff. They had like the voice of Optimus Prime and stuff, always doing these Toonami promos. And when they were kind of doing the promos for GT, they always had like like future episodes that they were going to show, like, oh, new episodes coming this season, all that stuff. And I saw this and I was like, damn, that was back. Like, oh shit, dude, like that's gonna be crazy. And just kind of looking at his design, like with the longer hair, it's just something sinister about this dude, man. Like he just was a lot scarier in this than in Dragon Ball Z to me, just like I said, something about seeing somebody that's back from the dead and he just looks completely stronger is just, it always gives you that like freaking like cold feeling, like, yo, this guy's here to fucking wreck some shit, man. So yeah, I definitely got to go back and watch those episodes again or whatever. But yeah, I always thought this dude was like badass to me. He just had like a more crazier look than in Dragon Ball Z, even though Dragon Ball Z, obviously it's a better look, because he kind of goes with his sister 18 and stuff. But this just looks fucking gnarly, bro. Like honestly, like to build out this Dragon Ball GT display, it's coming along pretty good, man. Because along with this, you do get this DLC, so you get another Goku head up or faceplate for that SH Figure Arts figure. Great figure too. If you guys not picked this one up, it's fucking great. Like $60, I think. It's such a small little base Goku, but it's got a lot of articulation in there, man. Great butterfly joints and all that stuff. So it's, yeah, like I said, I'm not really a fan of DLC so much. I wish they would just pack that all in the original release. But I'm probably gonna go in for this Super Android 17. Don't know if it's P Bandai. I think it's P Bandai, so they can go fuck themselves with that shit, man. Like I hate P Bandai, dude. But if you don't do it, you end up paying an arm and a leg, man. But I've actually not been pre-ordering any of that stuff. I'm actually getting a lot of my SH Figure Arts stuff from a Figure Grail. If you guys are not familiar with Figure Grail USA or something like that on Instagram, dude, they get their stock in. You got to be on top of their Instagram though. They get their stock in, they ship it out fast, and it's relatively the same price that you're paying on the import sites, man. So don't pre-order shit, guys. Get off of that shit. Companies need to learn. Fuck all that shit. Let's see what the chat's saying about this. Super 17 is dope. I don't like the story of GT, but the designs look pretty sweet. Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of holes in the story, but there was a lot of things that I liked that I thought were superior to Super. I might need to backtrack on the GT Dragon Ball stuff because I do want the Super Android 17. Waiting on baby Super baby Vegeta. Yeah, bro. I think those are gonna be hot ones. This figure's fire. My man Will. He looks like Sato from Kenshin. Oh yeah, he definitely does. Another SHF Kenshin info drop today. So stoked for that one. Oh what, motherfuckers, dude! There's so much news like to the day of, man. Like bro, it's Sunday. God damn it. Same outfit as Bishop. Fucking Dark Bulb needs more pouches. Yeah. There was some stuff going on in GT. Johnny heard the slander that I was giving to Super. He had to step in. My man Johnny in the house. What up, Johnny? I'm over here saying GT superior to Super guy. I'm one of those guys, bro. I'm one of those guys. I think it is, man. Well, honestly, I don't know. There's pluses and minuses in both, but I think I liked a lot more of GT than I liked of Super. I think if I had to put them side by side, because there was a lot of stuff that I liked in Super, but then there was stuff that I'm just like, man, like that Goku Black arc, I liked it. What was that ending to that? What the fuck was that, dude? So yeah, and GT didn't have its best endings. It wasn't the best written freaking story. But the character designs were pretty cool, and some of them look goofy too, like fucking Vegeta with a mustache. Wait for that one. Stop the cap. Johnny in here regulating. Nah. New dad Johnny. Yeah, shout out to Johnny, man. Congrats to Johnny and Raven, man. Awesome people. And shout out to you guys, little one, man. Coming into a crazy world, bro. But hey, man, get your little girl into toys, bro. She's gonna be fucking getting to play with the dopest shit. But yeah, we'll move on from there, guys. Because last week we did talk about these amazing Yamaguchi Revel texts, but they went up for pre-order this week. So got the reissue of Deku. That I was kind of shit talking last week because I just thought he's such a weenie character and kept me away from My Hero Academia. But this figure looks fucking great, man. Like just looking at it when I was getting the images for it, and it's obviously that freaking amazing Yamaguchi flair, that touch, man, that allows these figures to move so well. It makes me want it, dude. Like just looking at how this thing moves and poses and stuff makes me want this thing. And seeing this faceplate, I was like, why didn't I get so much of this guy when I watched the episodes, man? It was a lot of like weenie, goofy, this shit. I was like, oh, this guy's lame, dude. Couldn't get into him, man. I could not get into him. But looking at this stuff, I'm like, yeah, this looks pretty dope, man. Kind of makes me want the figure, like I said, man. Shout out to Cerebral Deep. I ain't seen him in here, but I remember his old avatar that he had with the Deku figure, and I always thought that shit was fucking sick. It was just like a silhouette of Deku, and I always thought that was awesome. I was always like, damn, this really likes that amazing Yamaguchi joint. But yeah, I'm staying away. Like I said, I'm not dipping into like too much anime lately. My man Cobra probably getting me to go back into Bleach and check that out. I want to wrap up Jujutsu Kaisen. I think I just missed the train on My Hero Academia. I honestly did. I don't think I'm ever gonna go back and watch it, even though it's a popular anime, dude. Like a lot of people always tell me, like, dude, give it a chance. It's fucking everywhere, bro. Every time I go in any kind of like little collectible store or something like that, it's everywhere, bro. But I don't know. I think I just missed the train, man. And this reissue is pretty great, man, for the people that missed out. So you get the main character kind of reissued out. This little homegirl, Ochaku, brand new figure going into the line. So a lot of people are definitely excited for her right here. She looks pretty dope. I think it's more so when you start to see like reveals like this, it gets people excited, not only for the character, but also that they're continuing a line. Because a lot of times it's just kind of like, hey, haven't seen anything new from this stuff. You guys still making this shit or what? So it always kind of restarts a little bit of excitement in a line, especially when they team it up with a reissue of a main character. Like it always makes sense to do that, you know? So I've been hearing a lot of hype on this Ochako figure. And like I said, it's hard for me to kind of distinguish excitement levels when it's for a particular character or when it's just a reveal that of a line that hasn't really shown anything new in a few months and stuff like that, which is the case here. Because I haven't seen anything new, or it actually has been a few new ones, but I don't know. I guess I'm just so out of it. It's just, I don't know. I'm not really keeping track of them. Are you guys all in on this line? Like, is this like a must have right here to kind of fill out that slot? Or are you guys pretty content not going in for this stuff? Congrats to Johnny. Yeah, congrats to Johnny. I enjoy My Hero Academia for what it is. What is it? I'm glad for the reissue though. The OG price is getting wild, and aftermarket was it, dude? Damn. Like I said last week, I thought for some reason that you were like still able to get that figure. For some odd reason, I thought it was that, but when I started getting images and information, I just see comments of that, like, oh yeah, everybody's excited because you get another chance at getting that Deku figure. So that's pretty dope. Jose Arvizu, them shits look nice. I just don't want to pick up the whole squad. My man's a super fan. My man Jose, what's up, man? Welcome to the show, man. I've seen this guy in here. But yeah, and you guys going in for old Chaco right here? And are you guys all in on this line, man? It does actually seem I'm tripping. It does actually seem like there's been quite a few reveals. And they're all landing. They all every time I see people pose them out, they all like move really well, man. People are always like really excited to kind of get the new stuff and pose them out and stuff, and like that sells it, honestly. And it's like a perfect line for like amazing Yamaguchi. Like I feel like it's one of his better lines, probably, you know. My man Abel said Ochako is a must buy. Interesting. Yeah, the articulation on Yamaguchi is fun for sure. I'm all in. Oh, okay. I think I'm all in. Damn, all right, shit. I probably gotta jump on that Deku then. Maybe give it a shot, you know? Because yeah, from there, check out our accessories. But from there, we move on to Storm Collectibles, Skullomania from Fighting X Slayer. And when I saw this, I was like, I thought I remember this guy from Street Fighter EX, but apparently it's just like I think it's like the artist or something. He's kind of taking his creation and putting it under this banner or whatever. Is this like a new game or something? Because the design of this character was always freaking dope. Like he always just looks so cool. It's like some Sentai shit. Just the costume design that he has, like it just looks cool as fuck, and it makes for a dope looking action figure. Like this looks fucking fun. And he's dabbing on cats, bro. Like that's how you know it's the shit, man. Um, like yeah, I would definitely want this figure to do that shit. Even though you can do that with a lot of figures, the fact they're putting in the promo shots is dope. This thing looks pretty sick, man. I just kind of wish it wasn't Storm Collectibles a lot of the times, because it's like they are gonna be scaled up a little bit big. But for some odd reason, like if you don't have too much attachment to this character, I don't know. It's like it'd be some big, huge guy in a freaking skull costume. Like it just looks pretty dope. Hey, this guy. My man Darth in the house. What up? You're not too late, Darth. Don't worry about it, man. I don't do anime. Dragon Ball Z would be the only one I'd get. Yeah, probably the only one that a lot of people dip into, man. It's Dragon Ball. If they ever give anything a shot. Going back to Skullomania figure, yeah, I think this thing looks pretty fun for what it is, man. It just kind of looks goofy. The price isn't crazy on this at all, though. $65 around there, dude, on BBTS. So, like, you almost have to pre-order this shit because it's just I don't know. It just looks like a fun figure, you know. It just like I said, the design of him just looks so fucking crazy. He just looks fun as fuck. Um, but yeah, I'm not doing too many Storm collectibles. I still haven't even unboxed that Goro figure, man. I have that at the bottom of like the pile of these new toys that I still have to go through. It's just there's a lot of shit, man. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pre-order this one, even though it's $65. It would be cool. I just don't have too much attachment to this, even though I do remember Street Fighter EX. I think that was like a 3D style Street Fighter game. It was always like, man, I remember playing that game and like, what's that shit that happens to your fingers when you're trying to do like the combos and shit? Your thumb just like starts shedding the skin and stuff. Like you get blisters on your thumb. I remember that game for that, dude. Always trying to do the combos and shit. As you could kind of see him in the start menu, you know, and it was just like fuck. It was like painful to play that fucking game. That's what all I remember it for. This character did debut in Street Fighter EX series, but those fighting EX characters are from the developer Arika. Oh, okay, that's why they aren't in Street Fighter games anymore for copyright reasons. Oh, okay, all right. Interesting. Hey, we'll come with the facts, bro. Thanks, Abel. That's sick. Okay, so that's how they're able. No wonder. Oh, no wonder. I didn't see any like Capcom shit or any of that stuff. I get it now. Oh, that's cool. Oh no, yeah, right here it says Arika Co. Limited Rights or whatever. That's cool. Okay. I had no idea. You learn something new every day, guys. That's me learning about Skullomania. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go in for this figure. Like I said, any of you guys going in for this guy? This fool said, "Hey, this guy. That's funny, man. Looks like Looks like from rival schools. Dabbing it. Yeah, I like that shot. That was sick. That's a sell. That's a money shot right there. That's so funny, dude. Oh man. Hell yeah, Mad Blisters from that game. Yeah, dude. That's all I remember that game for. Remember, like every time my thumb would heal up a bit, I'm like, I think I'm good. I think I'm good to go. And it was like, fuck, it's just a few matches. You're like, fuck. Oh man. That's the one thing about fighting games, dude. You like fucking going through some pain some of the times trying to do this shit, man. But it was always the great payoff, dude, when you fucking hit those shits. That shit would be sick as fuck. And yeah, Street Fighter EX, I thought that was like the future of Street Fighter. I was like, I don't know, like that old school 2D style more, you know? So I remember playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and it was like, oh yeah, I like this a lot better. It's just a lot friendlier, you know? It looks better too to me. Those style of games, I like them. But Street Fighter EX was dope. And it reminds me of like a Street Fighter, Tekken version of Street Fighter, you know? It was always kind of cool. So yeah, for what it was kind of cool at the time that it came out. But yeah, I remember this guy from on there. That's why when I saw this, I was like, I didn't know there was a new game. Or thanks for the explanation on that one. But yeah, $65 probably gonna pass. From there though, we move on to the Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa from the sale, guys. And fuck me if I don't remember this cartoon series, man. But I don't remember it, man. Getting these solicitations from the sale this week, I went back and started to look like when did it come out? When did it show? And where was it on? You know, apparently this was an ABC syndicated cartoon. So came out ABC Saturday mornings from like 92 to 93. But for the life of me, I could not remember this, man. Even just looking at the characters, like I couldn't even tell you their names, man. I know this is the main character. I should have written that shit down, but it's just something that I know for sure I'm not gonna go in for. Um, and it's kind of weird that like Nacelle is kind of getting like these, I don't want to call them niche, but like these like I don't even want to call them low tier cartoons, but it's just like these like more I want to say lesser known. If that's fair to say, because like I don't remember this for the life of me, man, at all. Like it tripped me out so much that when I was at work, I work with this other dude, and he's kind of getting into toys. I'm kind of getting him into it. And I tell him about this show that I do, and I'm always kind of gathering like toy news and stuff. And I showed him this, and I was like, "Hey, you remember this shit?" And he was like, "Oh shit, yeah, the Cowboys of Moo Mesa." He said they fight the bulls and all that shit, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude!" Like the dude's older than me, so he kind of grew up more in the '80s. Even though this came out in the '90s, it just reminds me of more of like the late '80s, like type of cartoon. You know, it kind of gives me like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vibe. So kind of gathering this information. I think this dude's name is Terrible or something like that. This is like the bad guy. For what they are, they look all right. Like for what they are, don't have any attachment to the characters. I think the designs look kind of a little bit too kiddie for me. But for what they are, they still look like they're pulling off a good quality action figure versus something like Super 7 that I'll continue to bash until we see proper changes. Until that guy Reddit's post is proven right and we see like fair changes. What these guys are showing off, even though these are renders, I have been seeing those biker mice from Mars figures, something I'm not interested in either. But for what like they're producing, they look relatively well made. You know, the sculpts, articulation is done fairly well. The paint apps are done fairly well. It's just odd to me that they're kind of picking these like different types of cartoons that I just don't remember. I'm with you, bro. This shit is a blank. Yeah, just don't remember this at all, man, at all. You ain't the only one. Yeah. I never heard of this. Yeah, I was like, dude, am I the only guy that just didn't watch this? I got confused. I thought it was a sequel off from Brave Star. Yeah, and I don't remember this at all. Yeah, like I was saying, Jewel blanks, but they did remind me of something like those late '80 cartoons, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle animated cartoon didn't get me into TMNT. It was the movies from the '90s. Always used to watch reruns here and there, but it was never really like a set day. It was just a random channel some of the times where we got to watch the cartoons of that. So it wasn't something that I got attached to. So I thought this fell in line with that. And when I found out it was from the 90s, I was like, fuck me. I don't remember this shit at all, man. Then we got the homegirl right here that I should have got the names to these, but like I said, I was just kind kind of pressed when I was getting a lot of this news, and it's something I forgot to write down. But yeah, I started seeing people commenting on this stuff saying like, "Oh shit, finally!" And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what are these from?" So, doing a little bit of research on them, they were created by Ryan Brown. I believe that guy was a comic illustrator for Mirage Comics, so he actually created these characters for obviously a cartoon series on ABC. And yeah, it looks like Nacelle picked up the license. They're producing these figures, and they did have some kind of crossover with TMNT in the comics. So this is, I believe, volume 2 of Tales of TMNT. We have a couple issues where they do cross over with them. Um, I like the designs on these comics. Looks a little bit better though. If I was to get these at all, I would want them kind of designed a little bit more how they look here, because like I said, this looks a little bit too cartoony, like a more kiddie style cartoon, which obviously makes sense. Like they make cartoons for kids, you know. So they are represented well in that aspect. Like this is exactly how they looked, you know, in toy form is exactly how they would translate. But looking through these comics, it's something that I'm like, yeah, they would look a little bit better there. I do believe they did come out in a TMNT episode, but the creators of that episode, or the writers, they didn't know uh, which ones were the good guys or the bad guys. So it had, like, in that series, them fighting the TMNT. They got lost in translation who were the good guys and bad guys. So they just kind of fucked up there. But the comic series, they did team up with the Turtles to kind of take on some shit. So it is kind of cool to see them in that same world, because like I said, the creator Ryan Brown did work on some TMNT. I believe he was like a co-creator of the Mutanimals. So if you guys are familiar with those figures coming out from the Mirage comic series, and the NECA is doing those like Jaguar and all that stuff, those are the same creator that did these guys right here. So it is kind of cool that the guy's, able to get some chippers thrown his way, get some of his creations made into toys. Just not something I'm particularly familiar with or going in for, but there was a lot of hype on him. I do gotta wonder though, is it hype because they want free ones, or is it hype because they're gonna pre-order this shit? Because yeah, speaking of Johnny, my man Johnny was talking to him about the biker mice from Mars, and he said funny as shit. He said Nacelle made the first free action figure toy line, because it seemed like everybody was getting those for free. So I don't know. I gotta wonder, man. From what I've seen, they move really well. They're sculpted really well, and paint apps are on point. So I can imagine these are gonna be right up to par with them. But it's just if you're into it or not, man. Wasn't Dak Prescott named based from one of these characters? Yeah, from what I understood, yeah, somebody mentioned that, and I was like, I thought that was a stupid comment, but I started seeing it more and more. So apparently that's a fact. Um, was that a Gatling gun? Yeah, the gun looks pretty cool. The gun looks pretty dope, and I don't know if that's gonna be on its own. But yeah, the gun did look pretty good, because that was just its own image. I don't think I got that from any kind of one solicitation. So yeah, and also looking at these, I was like, man, how many more characters are there in this? Like, I don't remember it at all. I didn't get the image, but there was like a whole, like, kind of like a display, I guess, of all the characters. So it was plenty to kind of make a toy line of, because I know there is a old school, like, vintage toy line that some people had, some people picked up. They kind of blend in with like your TMNT stuff from the 90s and shit like that. So I don't know. I don't know if how many people are going in for this, but I myself am not one of those people. But it is kind of cool to kind of know a little bit of the history of them, and it is kind of like a kind of in the TMNT verse, kind of, I want to say, kind of can blend in there. They have done crossovers, so it is kind of cool. But yeah, don't remember it, man. But from there, move on to another anamorphic action figure. We have this Kilowog Night Hunter from Operation Monster Force, Maestro Union collaboration. Fresh Monkey Fiction, I believe, is the company. So if you guys are familiar with the Fresh Monkey Fiction stuff, it's like a company exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. And it looks like they're collabing with a lot of these third-party companies, producing some of these different kind of action figures. I know we have looked at, not here on this show, but we have seen Memory Toys, their War Bear being mixed with like a Bigfoot style, and just different kind of companies that are like producing like their own action figure lines look to be collaborating with Fresh Monkey Fiction to produce new characters exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. So this Kilowog looks pretty sick, man. If you did miss out on the veteran William, it is just kind of reuse on that body, but you are getting different kind of paint apps, so it looks like a more black dark wolf type of thing. Looks pretty dope. He's got the freaking the freaking dog tags. Looks like he has on his neck. That looks fucking sick. The fucking predator style bayonet on his wrist looks fucking off the hook. Like that looks gnarly. Yeah, he's got the fucking minigun. So yeah, this thing looks pretty sick as fuck. Like I'm probably going in for this. And yeah, you guys are familiar with the sculptors on Instagram. They're always kind of posting images on there. So you are able to kind of get different kind of looks for them, you know, it's like a clean werewolf look. And I know Loose Collector is kind of getting ready to hit the market with his, but I think this one, I don't know. I got to see them both side by side. That Loose Collector one looks huge, but this one looks pretty dope. I never picked up the Veteran William, but I think I'm going to go in for this Killer Ward because, yeah, they are giving you a werewolf and then a little bit of a spin on that with like a more kind of thought out character design, you know, because like I said, that fucking Predator bayonet goes around his wrist looks fucking sick, you know, that looks awesome. That's something I'd probably want. Hey, what up, everybody? Anybody going in for this guy? Monster Force line looks dope. Yeah, man. I'm excited to see some of those hit. I might be going in for some of those. Hey, what's up, everybody? Keep hitting the wrong fucking button. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I definitely want to see some of those hit, man. Let me go in for some of them myself too. Glad I skipped the 2 wolf releases from Maestro Union. This one looks better. Yeah, they all look. They all have their unique looks. I think that white one, I was like a little iffy on that one. That was a little bit more lumberjacky, right? That one had like a little bit more of a lumberjack thing, but the chainsaw look cool and it still works. But yeah, this one looks a little bit more ready to kill, you know. So I think I'm going in for this one. I'll be getting him. My man Tyler, he's going heavy on these wolves, man. So yeah, that's cool. It's cool. You've been picking them up, Ty. I think they're all pretty dope. But I think I'm gonna agree with my man Liquid. I think I am stoked to get this one first. I'm still on the fence. I want to see the Monster Force stuff in hand first. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying about them Kickstarters, bro. A lot of the times people don't even think about what they're pre-ordering or whatever they're fucking throwing their money at. I think there's like a Kickstarter that came out like 2 years ago, Invincible Toys. They got like futuristic samurai, futuristic cowboy. Any word on that stuff? You paid for it already, guy. So always be cautious, man. But I think BBTS, I think they know what they're doing. I think they're gonna disrupt the market really well when their stuff starts hitting, man, because they got all the contacts. They got all the contacts, bro. I'm still on the fence, man. I'll get the brown and white. Need all of them. Yep. Def getting this one and KJ. Yep. Gotta agree. Oh my god, bro. Invincible Toys. I don't know, guy. I mean, like I said, I'm very weary of Kickstarters, guys. Very weary of them. Not to try to throw shade at any of these companies or up and coming companies, but as a consumer, you have to really know, like, hey, this isn't just easy to do. Make a toy line. It's not easy, guys. You know, so I would definitely feel a little bit more comfortable with a company like BBTS having all the contacts, having like all these like actual toy makers and doing business with them, and not something that's just kind of, you know, grassroots up and coming, you know what I mean, where you are putting your money down. It's not a pre-order, you know. You can't just cancel. Money spent. So yeah, be on the lookout for this before I get so fucking caught up in my shit. But from there, move on to this Kaiju Kitty. And yeah, saw this week, man. I thought this thing was pretty freaking cool, man. As goofy as it is, as statuesque as it is, I think this kind of falls in line a little bit like that Daria figure that we were just looking at. More kind of interchangeable heads to give you different kind of looks, 2 different kind of looks to be specific. But I think this thing looked freaking fun, bro. Like, look at this fucking Kaiju Kitties going at it, bro. It's fucking dope. $65 on BBTS from what I saw. Like the sculpted out really well. It kind of resembles Godzilla right here on the left, the new Godzilla. I thought these things were just goofy, but just seeing them on a toy shelf somewhere or like in a backdrop or something, like I think that would look fucking hilarious. And then at the same time, they are selling this little base separately, so it's $45 for this little base. Kind of cool. You kind of put your little kitty in there and stuff. And like I said last week, if you did pre-order that Giant Man with the Wasp figure, perspective, baby. You have this dude fighting the kaiju kitty, and it's like with the buildings and stuff, it's gonna look like he's a huge giant, you know. So that is kind of funny, man. But yeah, I saw this. I thought it was fun. $65, $45 for the base. It does kind of light up. No, I thought that was kind of cool, you know, for what it is. I'm like, hey, that's not bad. That looks pretty cool, man. Even if you just buy the base and maybe you put a Gundam in there, like a Monster Arts Godzilla, that would look pretty cool, man. You know, I thought it was dope. Be Weird in the house. What up? Be Weird. Perfect for my mom, the crazy cat lady. Be Weird. Yeah, dude. I thought these were like fucking hilarious, man. Like I said, I think I would get this one. It's kind of more original cat looking, like not to say the black cat, but that one looks a little bit more of a rip off of Godzilla. Even though that one does have like the spinal fucking spikes coming out too, like Godzilla. It just, to me, it just looks like a fucking like, yeah, a big fat cat, you know. So it's kind of funny. Kaiju kitty, just having fight a SH Monster Arts Godzilla. Like how fun, bro. Like come on, guys. Come on, not everything has to be so serious, guys. You guys can have fun with your toys, man. This is $65 is a little steep for this, though. I had to wonder about that price tag, you know. It's a little steep for what you're getting. It's not overly huge. It's about 6 inch, about 6-7 inches, so it's not crazy. But yeah. Oh snap! What up, Be Weird? Yeah, what up, Be Weird? What's good, you man? A little cat on cat action never hurt anybody. Yeah, buddy. Omar with the ideas. Yeah, bro. You had a freaking Gundam in there. Look at this. Like just showing the fucking little dio, a little mini dio. Like that's cool, man. I have seen those little mini dials of cities and stuff. And yeah, like I said, that idea for that giant man though, I saw that on Twitter. Shout out to fake eyes. He goes by Fake Eyes. He's always kind of posting his like action figures and stuff, kind of doing funny stuff. But that one was pretty cool. He had like the giant man fighting like a Gundam and a fucking kaiju in like a little city backdrop. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. Like that, you could definitely get a lot of fun in that, you know. I always wondered about that, like why the SH Monster Arts are so small, but it's just like, man, it allows for playability, you know, if you got these little city dioramas and stuff, like that looks pretty sick. Because I've always seen that with like Ultramans and stuff, like SH Figure Arts or Mafex Ultramans. You could kind of put them in there and it'll look cool. Or even like a fucking a Megazord, like a Megazord in there. Actually would look cool, like a little 6-inch Megazord or something that Hasbro made. That would look cool. Yeah, even fighting this Kaiju Kitty. Come on, guys, Kaiju Kitty. And then $45 for the base. A little steep, but it lights up. Lights up, guys. Come on. Get my freaking phone and shit. I hate when fucking people fucking message me and shit. Yeah. But from there, we move on to this Hayatoy Star Trek Exquisite Super Series. We have Dr. McCoy. So yeah, this figure looks pretty freaking looks pretty standard for Hayatoys. I've been noticing their 180 stuff look a little bit better, man. Like this being a 6-inch action figure, kind of would imagine the head sculpts look a little bit better. I'm not really familiar with like the Star Trek movie and stuff, so I don't know how good this looks, but I did see like a side-by-side picture. And yeah, I don't think this looks that great. This is supposed to be Billy the Butcher, right? That same actor that played Billy the Butcher. It looks kind of off, man. And I think that's where Hayatoys usually kind of can improve, is usually the head sculpt. And their soft goods are usually their better part of their figures. But right here, I feel like it's a miss. It just looks a little bit too cheaply made. Like I don't know if that's how the fit was in the movie, but doesn't look that good, man. Like the outfit on them, the costume for the Star Trek dude looks kind of off. Looks a little baggy, you know. Are you guys familiar with this version of Star Trek, this movie version, Dr. McCoy? Because I don't think I ever watched that movie. I heard good things about it. I heard like if you're not really a Star Trek fan, you'd probably enjoy it. But yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Kaiju Kitty? Yeah, it's on BBTS, Abel. 40 for those cats would be good. 35 for the Dio. I have spoken. Yeah. Like I said, 65 was a little bit too much for a fucking narcissistic cat. Oh man, the dog person. Higher 118th are really good now. Yeah, like I said, the higher 118 stuff looks like it looks like they're hitting their stride with all that stuff, you know, even though stuff that's landing. Only a few of the Exquisite Super Series for higher are landing that I've seen so far. Some of the Rambo stuff Haven't really seen a lot of their 6-inch action figure line kind of hit. So doesn't look like they're hitting the marks with this Star Trek from what I've seen. Like a lot of the people in the comments that I saw were not really happy with like the soft goods. So I don't know. It's something about it that just looks off, because then from there we move on to Spock. So you got the younger Spock and stuff. And I think if I was to get any of them, it would be him because he's like a more of iconic dude. Not even being a Star Trek fan, I never really gave it a shot. But I do know there's fans of it, man. It's obviously one of the more popular franchises when it comes to sci-fi properties. The movies were received relatively well. These movies, at least. Classic Star Trek. What's up, symbol? I don't even know what that's called, but that shit looks always. I always every time people do that, I'm like, yeah, that's some nerd shit, but it's cool. The Spock looks all right, but yeah, something about the sockets is just not hitting, man. I don't know if it's the stitching or the material, but it just looks off. It's not what I imagined, but maybe it's accurate to the movie. I can't really tell. I thought it was Sheldon Cooper in Trek cosplay at first. Yeah, I think what was his name? I think Robo made that comment too. I think agreed. Yeah, I don't know. I'm holding out for High 112 Dread to check these out. Yeah. Definitely the Dread line looks freaking like the one to jump in for. But yeah, don't know about these Star Trek's highest 6-inch figure line. But man, not really a lot of lines. I don't think there is any like proper 6-inch line. So it's kind of a cool to get one that's attempting soft goods. But like I said, it looked like Haya. That's like that's like their strong suit was the soft goods. But right here, it looks like that not really executed as well as I think it could have been. So yeah, I don't know. And for the price too, you're paying a not a super expensive price, but I believe these are about $90. So be on the lookout for that. But from Star Trek, move on to some Star Wars. You got this Black Series. Looks like it's a 4-pack. We have Black Series R5D4, BD72, and these pit droids that went up for pre-order exclusive to Target. So $45, man. I thought the price on these was pretty nice. I didn't think it was crazy expensive. Normally, I think last year, I think they would have priced this thing up at $70, like just something crazy. So it was kind of crazy to see them up at $45. And this R5D4 looks pretty freaking dope, man. It's got the jetpack and stuff, like the little rocket boosters and stuff. And this freaking this R2D2 that I was showing off don't even have that, man. So I was like, hey, that's fucking dope. And then this little BD72, he looks freaking awesome. He looks cool as fuck. That would look just like fun, like on your desk or something, or a little just Star Wars display. That would look pretty dope. And then the pit droids, man. I think the one thing that sucks here though is that there was 3 of them in those episodes of Mando. So I think there is another droid pack with another one of them, but I don't think it's the same. It's the 3rd version. I think they're gonna pack that out with a homegirl from the pit stop episodes, probably in the 2-pack. So they'll probably give you the 3rd little droid if you pick this pack up, and then you can kind of mix and match that. I'm just guessing that. I think I was watching Robo and he made that actual guess. I actually can't be mad at this. Yeah, nah, dude. I think this is fucking done. This is done really well with a price point in mind. $45. Like that's relatively fair, dude. Like you can't really expect more the customer to pay more. Where I feel like last year, because we're gonna get into some of those legends, they're doing something different, bro. They're doing something different where it's hard to give them any kind of pushback. And like I said, this for $45, like I thought this was cool. Pre-ordered it on Target. And yeah, even like the little pit droids, they just look fun. They just look fun. I think, like I said, the only thing that kind of sucks is you're missing the 3rd one. But I think that one will be around the corner because they probably would have to stick that in with Homegirl because I can't see that figure selling relatively well just by herself. Yeah, look at these dudes, man. They look pretty fun. They look awesome. And just seeing this pack right here, $45. I'm sure if you see it at Target, it's gonna be hard to pass up on it, man. Because like I said, those little rocket boosters, the jetpack boosters and stuff, that's sick. I wish that was on the R2. I was like, that's cool, man. Like that's just so cool. So yeah, I saw this. I was like, hey, that's not bad. But then from there, we move on to this Mando Privateer. And yeah, I feel like this is where it's like, okay, fuck you, Black Series. Go fuck off. Go fuck yourself. Because obviously it's a reissue. And it's just like, dude, is this even new? It's like, yeah, this is new. It's like a little bit different deco on the helmet. It's just like, man, I'm tired of these blue Mandos, dude. These guys are so fucking lame. Like, get them the fuck out of here, man. Pit droids for the win. Hell yeah, dude. I'll buy pit droids repaints all day. Yes, sir. Little pit droids look cool, man. Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, you go from that cool little 4-pack to this, and this is a fucking miss, man. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's obviously just them having to get their reuse out there and, you know, continue to kind of pump out figures. And obviously for completionists, it's, you know, you're gonna tax them. But yeah, this to me is just kind of too lackluster already, where it's like, really, guys, come on, man. But yeah, a lot of the times Star Wars, they have to play that, man. I feel like they have to play that, dude. I was like reading something the other day. It was like an article going around. They haven't even made profit from like initially buying Lucasfilm. Disney hasn't. So I don't think even making toys, they're able to like, yeah, let's make all new molds and all new this and all new that. I think it's like, no, they really have to dial those numbers down and still continue to squeeze out profit from stuff that's already existing, you know? So when it comes to this, I would have to imagine they get those production numbers down finite, you know, and obviously it being a Target exclusive, it's probably allows for that, you know, so you're not gonna be sitting with too many of these everywhere. So yeah, it's just up to Target to have to deal with this, man. But yeah, super lackluster seeing this. I was just like, oh damn. But yeah, Target exclusive as well. Target exclusive as well. My Targets have been stacked with Black Series. Prices seem to have went down a bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I picked up some Black Series this week. Got the Annie. He's cool, man. He's pretty dope. And not doing too much with him, but it was cool. They kind of have on the shelf. It's just fun, you know. But yeah, I'm not going in for this privateer, Star Wars privateer Mando. I'm waiting on the day I finally buy anything Star Wars. Oh man. Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. I'm waiting for like just a fucking updated deluxe Darth Maul from Black Series. I'll be happy. But from there, move on to a little bit of Marvel action. We got this early teaser image from Mafex. And the famous wait for the Mafex comes to fruition, man. Shout out to Johnny. I remember he always says that. Wait for the Mafex, wait for the Mafex. And it's like, how long am I fucking gonna wait for, man? But yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to wait too much longer because Spider-Man No Way Home figures are coming to Medicom. And yeah, it looks like right here we have a little bit of a look at Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And yeah, it looks like they're gonna have the freaking head sculpts, not like Hasbro initially did or fucking SH Figure Arts did with that Andrew, because right here you kind of look at it, you kind of see his chin and stuff. You see a little bit of the unmasked head sculpt, so that's gonna be dope, man. And yeah, I know a lot of people picked up the SH Figure Arts. I always held off on them. I didn't like the whole cuts that they had in the crotch area, bro. I'm staring at that, you know, so it's like I didn't like how it looked. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't go in for the Figure Arts, even though they looked like they were freaking moving great. They moved great. They looked like really fun to pose around, but I just didn't go in for them. I didn't go in for that 3-pack initially on Hasbro Pulse from Hasbro Marvel Legends, but I did go in for the single card back edition. So I got all of those. It just kind of sucked they didn't have all the hands and all the stuff. They did have all the unmasked head sculpt, so I was happy about that. The Toby one is pretty funny. But yeah, I just wish they would have given you like more of the hands because the Bucks were pretty good for those like Spider-Mans. But I just was like missing out on the hands. So right here, it is kind of cool that they're showcasing the pointing finger. So it's like you are going to be able to replicate that. I can't imagine they leave the pointing finger hands out of the rest of the releases. So you're gonna be able to do that, man. And I feel like, yeah, maybe Mafex Spider-Mans aren't as articulated well as the SH Figure Arts, but I just want the representation with these with good articulation. It's not like it's terrible articulation. You're still gonna get good, decent articulation out of these Spider-Mans, but them having the head sculpts and stuff, it's like, all right, this is a fair upgrade over my Marvel Legends, and I think I'm gonna go in for them. Now the only thing that sucks is just the wait time. It's like, okay, this is a preview image. I think it's probably gonna go up next week. Gonna have to wait, you know. Legends is for casuals. God damn it, Johnny. Got him. Wait for the Mafex, baby. Wait for the Mafex. The Imperial. Wait for the Mafex. This should be hot. Yeah, I think so. Wait for the Mafex. I'll get these. I think. Yeah. Wait for the Mafex, baby. It's always been said. Pit droids over here are priced around $70. Fuck that shit. Where you living at? Not my man Ortega. Legends for casuals. God damn it, Johnny. Yeah, those crotch cuts were the turn off for me too. Plus, Andrew didn't even come with his head sculpt. Yeah, dude. It's just not didn't look good, man. Not on a Spider-Man suit. You can see all these cuts. It just looked I couldn't stare at his crotch, man. I wanted to so bad, but it just looks so ugly. So yeah, definitely going in for these Medicom Mayfex reveals, man. So be on the lookout for this. I think it's gonna go for pre-order. I hope they all go for pre-order at the same time. They are known to just put two figures out every month. That's usually what they're going for, but didn't they just show off the boys and then Spider-Man 2099? So they showed off Deep and what was the other boys figure that they showed? Oh yeah, Soldier Boy. So it looks like right there they went three for pre-orders. I'm hoping the same thing happens here. Hoping you get Andrew, Toby, and Tom going up for pre-order at the same time. That would be pretty good, pretty dope to kind of have them all land around the same time. That'd be pretty fun. That was one of the things I noticed about the SH Figure Arts. It was like, oh, this kind of ruined the fun where Hasbro had it right doing the 3-pack initially and then a wave of them. So that was pretty cool. So be on the lookout. I think they're going to show more solicitations next week. But from there, we move on to the real Spider-Man, Miles Morales. It's like the real Spider-Man, but his name is Miles Morales. Yeah, guys, we got this MEZCO coming into action, swinging into action. And man, I saw a lot of pushback on this figure, man. I saw a lot of hate going towards this. I'm kind of interested in this, man. Aside from his freaking humongous feet, the MEZCO always seems to give all their figures. This looks pretty interesting, man. It looks like a new body to me, from what I can see, at least. Like super slim down. This looks like, I don't know, man. This looks like a game changer for Spider-Man figures when it comes to MEZCO, dude. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind if they all kind of came in this body. It looks a little bit slim. Might look a little bit slim on another Spider-Man, but it eliminates that poofy puffiness that MEZCO always had to give it that Mego look. Like, this don't look like no Mego. This looks like a fucking, like a pretty dope looking Spider-Man figure, you know? The one thing that I for sure do not like is the head sculpt. The one on the left looks okay, but the one on the right, I think they're marked as different head sculpts and they just kind of look the same. Or there's another one that kind of looks the same. There's something about it, like his eyes that are just like fucking soulless eyes. Like he doesn't have a fucking soul in his body anymore, you know? That's the one thing that I wish it was dialed down a little bit better. But I think the figure looks pretty fucking dope. I ain't gonna lie. I think it looks cool. And for $85, I thought that was fair, dude. I thought that was fair. And I'm pretty excited going for this one. I'm like, hey, I'm pretty excited going for this one. The one thing I did notice though is that this is kind of labeled as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where the Gwen wasn't. Because the Gwen, I was like, wait a minute. So why are they making this Miles to look like the movie, and the Gwen, it looked like it's like MEZCO version and stuff, you know? So didn't notice that, but I don't know. For me, $85 for this one, not bad. It is kind of worth taking a look at, because I think it looks pretty good. The body looks interesting because, like I said, it doesn't have that Mego look. It just looks like something brand new, you know. I did see my man Deep making that comment when this was initially shown off at part of their MEZCO con and stuff. So he would definitely know better than me. So kind of going off of that hunch and then kind of looking at it for myself, yeah, it kind of does look like a new body. Yeah, like I said, the two head sculpts looks like it's the same fucking head sculpt. It's like, what the fuck, you know? Just give me another one with the mask on with like the eyes and different kind of shapes and stuff. That would look kind of cool, you know? Because I do like the one that's kind of has like the mask half up. That one looks pretty dope. I like that one a lot. That looks cool, you know. But they could have probably done another one with like one squinty eye, and the other one like a big eye and stuff. Like that look pretty dope. Doesn't come with too much stuff, but I'm interested in the figure, you know. Yeah, like I said, the effects always kind of lackluster when it comes to Spider-Man releases, and that's across the board. That's like across the board. When you start seeing like all these like just how to make your own DIY like spider webs, it's like, why don't companies just adapt that and throw that in the boxes? You know, it's like if it breaks on people, it's like, okay, just make some more, you know. But it's like when you see this, it's like, man, it's just so lame. It's kind of cheap, you know. But yeah, like I was saying, this was not marked as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, so it's like, yeah, I hope they don't have this coming out soon. Like, I hope now that you see Miles, it's like she needs to be on a better body for a female. This looks like the suit looks too baggy on her. The head sculpt to me looked off too when I first seen it. So it's like, yeah, if they're able to make Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse, it's like maybe don't put this garbage out and then maybe make the head sculpt of that Gwen. Like, if you've ever seen the Hot Toys of this character, that looks fucking dope. Like, that shit looks sick. A fucking 112 version of that Hot Toys would be cool. And you would think that's MEZCO, right? That's like a MEZCO. And it's just like, then you see this shit. I don't know. I don't know about that, but this to me with the mask on, it does give that Hot Toys 112 look. To me, it does, at least. Like, it just looks like a mini version of that Hot Toys. It looks like it moves better too than the Hot Toys, because the Hot Toys is 1/6. The head sculpt the unmasked head sculpt could definitely use work, but I think this looks freaking pretty dope, pretty interesting, man. Where I didn't think that when I first saw the Spider-Gwen, I thought that shit looked like a fucking Mego action figure. It's like, come on, guys, this shit looks like crap. The look the same, yeah, exactly. That's what I first saw. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck are they really selling here, dude? That's so stupid. Andy is coming. The hell you say, boy? The Ghostface MEZCO is most likely going to be my only MEZCO I'm buying. Yeah, that Ghostface looked pretty cool. $85, so it's not bad. It looks like they're dialing back the prices too over there. Throw out those unmasked faces, bro. Yeah, don't like them at all, man. I even feel like the Marvel Legends did a better job, because it's something about the eyes, dude. Like I said, they're just missing the mark right there, dude. They're fucking up. It really needed the jacket, shorts, and kicks. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And see, that's why I'm like, man, if they license out Spider Across the Spider-Verse just for the head sculpts, it's like, that's fucking lame, dude. It's like, dude, no, get some other stuff from there, or get the other movie, where he has the J's on and all that shit. Try to rip them off like you did with the Vapors and stuff. The 5s, just do the 1s. So I don't know. That's, to me, is a kind of a miss. But like I said, if the Spider-Gwen wasn't for the movie, I don't think they needed to make this one for the movie. Like, I don't think they needed to give you an unmasked head sculpt if they were going to come out looking like that. Honestly, that's just my take on it. But for the price point, I didn't think it was a bad offering. I think the head sculpts are the only thing that I did not like about this, and obviously the effects and stuff. But I don't know. I just really want to fuck around with this Miles MEZCO. I think it's gonna look really cool. I think it's gonna scale pretty nice too. I think it's gonna be about the size of that Damien that came out. So be looking out for this one. Yeah. But from there, move on to Marvel celebrating 85 years, guys. So yeah, man, big freaking milestone for Marvel, and it's kind of crazy to see that, like, man, just 5 years ago, man, we were living in a different time, like fucking different time. And I remember seeing those 80-year Marvel Legends and stuff. I know, like, oh shit, 80 years of Marvel. So yeah, 5 years later, man, we got a new celebration going on. And Hasbro Marvel Legends are kicking it off for themselves, guys, with some pretty dope reveals that honestly kicked off this week, man. Monday, we had a live stream on Hasbro Pulse, and man, dude, they fucking brought the heat, bro. They brought the fucking heat, man, where I can't even hate on it, man. I can't hate on this stuff. And not like I'm looking to hate on this stuff. Like, I'm always excited to see what they reveal. But these few months that we've had this year, going into April, going into May, barely, have already been better than everything they showed off last year, dude. Everything they showed off, like that fucking, I forgot that Hulk figure, that Bath figure they showed off. That wave was so shit. Just seeing the stuff that's been showing off this year has just been fucking chef's kiss. And I'm like, damn, dude, it's hard to say you're gonna pass up on anything. Like, really, like I find myself like thinking like, okay, yeah, Legends, you're saving money on Legends, but this year it looks like they're off to a fucking bang, man. Because they kicked off this live stream with this astonishing X-Men Wolverine, and I did pass up on that astonishing Cyclops and Emma Frost. Not really the hugest fan of astonishing X-Men, but this Wolverine is an all-new retool body, where it's like, aside from the pinless stuff that they're giving us this year, now they're redoing his like articulations, torso, and his ab crunch and stuff. So you are able to get this like fucking reverse ab crunch thing that they got going on with. They had a lot of the times with the Lightning collection and stuff, some of the Spider-Man figures. So yeah, this thing is gonna be able to crunch up into a fucking ball if you want to. And yeah, figure looks pretty dope. Like, not even like being a huge fan of the Astonishing X-Men, fucking Wolverine is always a cool figure to fucking buy. It's just, that's action figure goodness, you know. And I feel like that's why that the animated series from back in the day did so well, because the fucking Toy Biz figures were fucking killing it, bro. Like, just remember seeing going to Toys R Us and seeing all that stuff. Like, damn, that shit was always sick. Some of the better figures coming out, you know. So yeah, seeing the Marvel Legends are getting to celebrate 85 years for Marvel, and like them coming out swinging and giving you all new stuff like this, pretty fucking dope. And it almost made me want to backtrack on that Cyclops, because I have seen that still in stock. I think the Emma Frost sold out most places, but yeah, I wasn't really interested in building out the team. I thought it was just going to be a more run of the mill. I thought the Beast was going to be pretty interesting when they revealed that, but I didn't think that the Wolverine was going to get me to want to go in for that line. I put the same picture, but yeah, we got an unmasked head sculpt right here. So for what it's worth, it's all right. I mean, it's still Logan, but just the base body that they got going right here looks fucking sick, man. It just looks great. I was praising the X-Men 97 Wolverine for the tiger stripe costume and stuff, and I thought it looks great, but it was missing the little paint apps that they have for like the hair arms and stuff on his like biceps and his forearms and stuff. It was missing all those paint apps that they got right there. So it's cool to see that they are not skimping out and giving it to you here. And yeah, like I was saying, the Astonishing Cyclops, pass up on it, thinking maybe about going in for it just because this Wolverine looks so goddamn good. Yeah, didn't get the Emma Frost though, but man, I think I should have. I just thought they skimped out on her body proportions, man. And I know Loose Collector's coming out with I forget the name of that character, but she just looks just like Emma Frost. I think you could slide that into multiple displays, even though she did have a different kind of hairstyle that's represented right here in this figure, part of that run. But yeah, this Wolverine is off to a fucking great start in that live stream. A lot of people were kind of wondering about the pointing hand, like it's kind of odd and stuff, but I don't know. You just be pointing at somebody with your claws out. It's still cool. My man, I love the Astonishing run. Yeah, a lot of people did. So yeah, they're excited to kind of fill out this roster right here, or this team, build out this team. Can't wait for the Kazar and Zabu. Yeah, that wave was fucking killer, right? I'll need this updated body on a retro yellow tiger stripe Wolverine. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, man, I hope they put this on the brown suit coming up. I'm sure they're gonna reveal this year. Brown suit and X Force, and then when later on when they do another tiger stripe, maybe just more comic and not X-Men 97 represented, I have to go in for that one too, man. But yeah, all new packaging on these Marvel Legends too, so it looks pretty good, man. Like even though it's inbox and I'm not really an inbox collector, it's like if I see this at a Walmart or at a Target, it's like it's enticing to want to get it. It's something about the packaging, it just looks good, man. It looks good when you compare the fucking windowless packaging of like last year and the year before. It was like, dude, dark times for Marvel Legends during that time. Aside from like potentially not getting the correct figure inside of the box, it just didn't look enticing. It didn't look inviting for you to want to buy it. You see this at a store and you're like, hey, that looks cool. When you saw the windowless stuff, it was just like, it just looked so disposable. It just looked like trash. It didn't look like an actual product. You know what I mean? It just looked like some fucking. It looked like trash, like complete trash. When I saw this box, these new boxes, and then obviously going back to the old window boxes, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's always like a enticing. Whenever you go down Target and you go down the toy aisle and you see something on the page, you're like, oh yeah. When I would see those windowless, I would just walk by them and it looked like ads almost. It didn't look like something you wanted to buy. It never enticed me to want to get something ever. You know, I had pre-ordered a few of them through like, but seeing them in the stores, it just wasn't inviting. It was something about it. It just wasn't inviting. But when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, all new. And then from there, we move on to Superior Spider-Man. So we got this Doc Ock Spidey. And yeah, this is another freaking banger. And it's just so crazy to see this coming out this year. And if you were able to lock it in when it went up for pre-order on Amazon initially, it was $25. Shout out to Paternia for being the man with the links all the time, man. Always sub to that guy's tweets, always on point with his links, able to lock stuff in. And yeah, I was able to lock it in for $25. And if you compare this to 2 years ago, that Iron Spider, it's fucking night and day what they're doing now. Where it's like that Iron Spider was $35. It's $35 on Big Bad Toy Store. And even though this one was a glitch at $25, I think the base price is $27.99. $27.99 versus 35 fucking dollars for that dog shit Iron Spider. It was such a like fuck, dude. I never bought that thing. I thought that was such a ripoff. I was like, Jesus, dude, these guys are really some fucking scoundrels doing this to the community, man. Like, this is outrageous. But it was just a super old body. The wall those look like shit. Like the paint apps, I remember seeing the paint apps pictures, people posting the paint apps. The gold was all blotchy. Oh man, rock bottom. I feel like for Marvel Legends was about 2 years ago and early last year. You know, it was just some of the worst stuff coming out at some of the worst price points. Where you look at this retooled, all new upper body. Here we have the sculptor Dennis Chan. And he has a Superior Spider-Man. This one was very fun to sculpt. Everything from the waist up is new, and I believe the figure comes with 2 heads and 2 backpack options. So yeah, dude, fucking all new upper body. Like, look at that backpack. It looks like the Waldos are actually going to be able to stand your figure. You're not going to need a fucking flight stand this time. So that's fucking cool. And like I said, at a cheaper, friendlier price point than what that Iron Spider was. And this is where I have to say, pushback is good to companies, guys. I know we get labeled as haters and angry guys, like, hey guys, this is a hobby, have fun, these are toys, who cares? Pushback is good, guys. You see change. You cannot tell me that these changes are coming because they want to be, they want to just break us off with some of their profits and stuff. No, dude, pushback is good, man, because not only are their production numbers going down, their quality is going up. That's undeniable, bro. Undeniable. The quality is going up on these figures, man. You know, it's going back. And when we see people making comments of Marvel Legends are back, this is what they mean, bro. It not no shitty gummy plastic, like actually updating some figures that needed update for sure. Because I think the first one of this one came out like 10 years ago. So aside from that, giving you updates of like sought after figures, this is like what people want their money going towards, man. Updates, proper updates, not just repackaged, repainted figures, you know. So I would hope that they go back and do the Iron Spider, maybe kind of spin it off as something else or something. But I hope they redo that one, and I hope they give it like the nice updates that they're doing here. Because yeah, they're killing it with this shit right here. I had to pre-order it, even if I didn't get it at $25, I was still gonna go in for this one. This shit was fucking off the hook right here, man. My man Boncho, hey yo, what up, Boncho? He said, I need the Superior Spidey. Only nitpick is the waist swivel. Yeah, I did see people talking about that. Yeah, it looks pretty unsightly, but I don't know. When you got this dude all posed up with his, all kinds of like his legs flying all different kind of directions, you would be able to kind of hide it a little bit. But yeah, probably a ball joint at the waist is always the better move. But man, I think this thing looks freaking great. Looks awesome. And like I said, I've been picking up a lot of their recent Spider-Mans. I don't have any of the fucking fucked up painted on lines. Everything is like on point. Everything is getting dialed down. Like I said, man, I attribute that to some of the pushback that the customers were giving. You can't just bend over and take it all the time, bro. Yeah. Like, don't do that. Don't be one of those people. And I saw a lot of that from a lot of collectors. It was like, it's this or nothing, right? Stop being negative. Let us enjoy it. Shut the fuck up, man. But from there we move on to like I said, the packaging. Back to the packaging. Packaging just looks so inviting, bro. It looks like something you want to buy. Doesn't look like some fucking ad. So yeah, man. Oh man, Ty, I know he's getting the kick at it. I know he was labeled as one of those guys, right? Right, Ty? Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm wrong, dude. Tell me I'm wrong. Because I know that for a fact, man. Because dude, during that whole Engine of Vengeance campaign, there was some dark times. And you saw a lot of people pushing back towards the people that were pushing back towards Hasbro, where it was like, dude, we like this shit. We think the toys are cool, but the value isn't there. And that was always the pushback. Now the value is meeting the expectations of the customer. You don't hear a lot of people shit talking this. I've been saying I'm in for this whole shit right here so far. Like all this looks fucking great to me. where when I saw that Iron Spider, that did not look great at that price point. It did not look great, man. Because from there we went to this Target exclusive Warbird, Carol Danvers, and yeah, man, even this too, very needed update. They're not holding back, dude. They're giving you guys some fucking dope shit. They're giving us some dope shit, man. Because even this being a Target exclusive wasn't enough to kind of throw a wet blanket over this figure. This thing looks fucking dope. This is what people want. I saw my man Ty make a comment in Discord. All the female bodies on there, like this type of body. Rogue, where's Rogue? Where's the Psylocke? And them showing this off, I think that's what got a lot of people excited that we're getting closer to some of those figures, you know? Because yeah, this figure looks great. It comes with 2 different head sculpts, and I like this one a lot, man. And dude, I've been fucking thoroughly impressed with the female head sculpts that they got going on. Their sculptors are fucking killing it, man. Like seriously killing it. Like I was showing off this Power Princess. When I saw this one last year, late last year, early this year, I was like, wow, like that looks fucking dope. Where you compare that fucking Sue Storm from like 2 years ago, where it was like, whoa, what the fuck happened there? This just looks fucking killer, dude. It looks so good, man. And you're looking at the Black Widow that came out. This is coming like is the fucking She-Hulk. It's just beautiful head sculpts on these like female action figures, man. They just look great. And yeah, it sets it off, giving you multiple heads. Obviously, the effects, people are probably tired of those effects. But the body, the buck is great. Like all this is like setting it off. I'm definitely going there for this one right here. Target exclusive or not. Be on top of those links, guys. Join the Discord that we got going on from the old Lost Cause Collective. The Discord's still up and running. And a lot of the links are always being shared there. If not, follow Paternity on Twitter, man. He's always on top of those links. And obviously Toy Shiz and everybody on Instagram always sharing links. Be on top of them, man. Because it does look like these are shorter production runs. Because like I said, that Power Prince is sold out. I was only able to get that this week, because it had already sold out in a lot of places. So I do see these selling out, man. And this being the Target exclusive, I'm sure this is going to be one of the first ones to sell out, just like that Black Widow did. So definitely be on the lookout for this. I didn't get a price point on this one. I can't imagine it's more than $30. Might be 27. I only say 30 because I think it might be 27. But from there, we moved to Scar, Son of Hulk. And yeah, man, they were continuing to kind of turn up the heat. This one was probably a little bit more room temperature from what I noticed, aside from it being a cool character, maybe one that people were waiting for, update for, and all that stuff. Not really an update, but like new character to kind of go into your shelf. Obviously, Son of Hulk is pretty cool. It's just something about it that I think people were not really impressed with some of like the sculpt on the body, kind of reused on the legs. But I mean, I don't think they're going to retool a new sculpt. I did see a lot of people kind of mentioning that about the Omega Red body that doesn't really get used a lot. So this kind of looks like a mix, right? Or is this the exact Omega Red body too? Because yeah, it's not as huge as Hulk, but it's still fucking a bigger body. And I think the sculpt on this looks great too, like the multiple head sculpts. My man Bancho, another Bancho action figure for the shelf. So definitely throwing that one in there. It's close enough. But yeah, I think this one looks cool too. Not really the hugest fan of Scar. I think the one thing that fucked it up for me was that goddamn appearance on She-Hulk. That was just so fucking terrible, man. That was just the worst. That was just like the worst way to introduce him into the MCU. That it was just like, I don't think I ever want to see this character ever again, bro. It's just so shit. So yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. What's the chat saying? Tattoos should be black. You talking about? It's a modified Caliban body. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I seen. Yeah, that's what people were saying. So it's modified in what sense? Like just like the torso and shit, or what? Yeah, I don't know. I think it still looks good though. I mean, if they're gotta reuse stuff and pull it off so well and execute it well, it's like, hey, if it's done right, I have no problems with it, man. I'm just not into this character, but looks okay if you like the character. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of him. But I don't know, man. It is tempting. And like I said, out of all the figures, as cool as this one is, this was to me was probably the worst one. And that's saying a lot because it looks fucking dope. Like he still looks good. And yeah, if you were kind of paying attention to their previous live streams, they did have this dagger as a teaser that people were already kind of pointing out, like, oh, it's Scar. So it's cool that kind of people get their guess right. Should have upscale the 3/3 Marvel Universe Scar. Oh yeah, I saw my man Pac photo sharing the image of that shit. Yeah, I don't know. I thought you guys don't think this looks good. I think it still looks pretty dope. Don't care about Scar. They will probably use the body for a Smart Hulk. Yeah, I saw people talking about that. I think it was you, Tyler. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see that one. And then from there, more heat because we got this 2-pack of Iron Fist and Luke Cage. And yeah, man, got a modern Luke Cage to go along with your fucking Iron Fist that is also like modern, even though a lot of people thought this is like more classic Iron Fist. Apparently it's modern. That I like it because it still fits with that. It still fits with that Power Man that came out, I think late last year, early this year, and then it fits with this go along with this 2-pack Luke Cage, man. And for me, this is like how I know Luke Cage. Like this is the one this is the version I like of him. You know, Power Man is cool. It's like more old school, obviously, you know, old school Marvel stuff. But this is the one that I want on my shelf. You know. So I am kind of stoked to get this fucking updated Iron Fist too, because that old one was just, it needed such an update. That shit was so lanky and fucking like fuck. Whenever I would think of Marvel Legends, I would think of shit like that old lanky Iron Fist is just, oh man, it just looks so bad proportion wise. But this looks great, man. So they are using the updated bodies. This is updated Luke Cage too. It says updated, it's not reused on this right here. And then yeah, right here, this is I think this is the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. So yeah, this 2-pack looks fucking great, man. Hair sculpts are decent. Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about the Scar. Yeah, they are. I like them. I like both of them look good. Yeah, obviously it's gonna hinder it. But it looks great. Like all the head sculpts so far have been great, man. Like just looking at all this Carol Danvers is fucking beautiful. Like both of them look great. Like they just look so good. It's like, damn, this is on point, you know. And the Scar too. Like, yeah, you got the windswept, give you some action, the pose, and this right here, just fucking, yeah, it looks great, man. And then these two, like I said, even these guys, you get the fucking, you know, angry head sculpts and stuff. They're, you know, fucking dudes up, and then just some straight vanilla pose, power stances and shit. That looks sick, man. And pose really well from this dude shooting the Galaxy, man. He knows what the fuck he's doing. Aside from taking great shots, like the posing he does on these figures are dope. And Knuckle Dusters, Luke Cage, like that's sick as fuck right there, dude. Like that's such a dope thing. And yeah, I'm really stoked about this Iron Fist. He just looks fucking great. Like it looks dope as fuck, man. Like damn, this looks like such a fun 2-pack. Like I'm excited for this. This is probably, aside what we're gonna talk about next, that Danny Catch. This was probably like the more exciting thing to me right here was this 2-pack. And yeah, like I was saying, even though it is a quote unquote modern Iron Fist, it's old school, still old school shit, old school look from. So you're already kind of throwing with your Power Man that kind of came out. So either way, it works, you know. That's dope. Great 2-pack, I'll get it. Yeah, can't deny that, man. Cannot deny they brought the heat, bro. This is one I want. These look great in my opinion. Yeah, I can't wait for Strange Tales Wave, for the Strange Tales Wave. Yeah, looks like they're really hitting their stride with a lot of these comic figures, man, because it doesn't look like there's anything coming out of the MCU. So they're able to kind of really dedicate a lot of their just sculpting and everything going towards these comic versions, man. So people are loving it, man. Myself included. I think this is awesome. What people want, dude. This is what people want. And yeah, they're willing to shell out the dough for this stuff, man. Because normally I'd look at these streams, these live streams on Hasbro Pulse, and I'd be like, that's cool. It's that initial excitement, and you're like, oh, all right. Like I still remember when they showed off that Age of Apocalypse wave, that last one. I was just like, oh wow, this is so cool. And then it's just like when the pre-orders went up, I was like looking through the stuff, and I'm like, this stuff looks like shit. I don't want any of it. And yeah, not that feeling here, man. So this does go up for pre-order next week. So be on the lookout. I think it's Tuesday. Be on the lookout for that one, man. Mainline retailers, so you're gonna able to get it, man. So definitely hop on them though, guys, because even though it's mainline, lower production runs, man, for sure are a thing, and that's like across the board. I'm noticing that with Masters of the Universe. I'm noticing that with McFarlane, and I'm noticing that with like Marvel or Hasbro stuff, man. Like even Black Series stuff. Like the Obi-Wan Darth Vader. I wanted to get that one. I was like, man, because I'm thinking about going in for the Figuarts, but I'm like, man, I want something kind of scaled up with the rest of like my Stormtroopers and stuff. I can't find it anymore. It's already sold out. It's like 60-70 bucks on eBay. So I missed out on that one, man. Missed the boat. Padawan Ahsoka too. I think they're getting a re-release or a reissue later on in the year that I'm waiting for on Entertainment Earth, but you can't find that one for less than $50. So definitely jump on these pre-orders, guys. For this stuff, I feel like even though it's mainline, it's necessary to lock them in. Gonna split this pack. Need Iron Fist. Oh man, bro, you got to get to Luke Cage, man. That shit looks sick. I can see Iron Fist shoes being reused for Wong. Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, you could definitely reuse that shit. So yeah, I'm excited to see more like this comic book stuff on these updated bodies. Like, dude, if they do like another Punisher, like they definitely need to do like another Punisher. Like, fuck, even a Shang-Chi, like a comic Shang-Chi, that would look dope as fuck. Because the old one still fucking works. The old one still it still works, but it's like, man, seeing some of these updates on these figures, it would look cool to get them on more like different kind of Marvel characters. From there, move on to Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, man. And yeah, dude, this one was probably the one that set the stream off, even though it was like their last reveal. Yeah, definitely like the secure slide shot right here, obviously. But damn, this thing is fire, guys. This is literal fire, bro. The cool thing with this is the effect pieces right here on the bottom of the wheels. You are able to get this kind of flamed up effect that they did tease out on the previous live stream, that it's going to be able to hold your motorcycle up, man. So he's going to be able to pop a wheelie, and that's fucking awesome, man. I didn't get any info on the price on this yet so far. I don't think it's been revealed what it's going to be, but I can imagine it's like around $50. I'm hoping. Because yeah, this motorcycle looks pretty fucking dope, man. Finally get a fucking Danny Ketch motorcycle. Updated one, because I think what was Toy Biz did their shit. So yeah, this for a lot of people is their Ghost Rider, and all new updated body, retool body right here for fucking Danny. So oh, my man Boncho likes this fucking gotta get all the Danny figures. Danny Rand, Danny Ketch. He's loving it. What's your real name, Boncho? I don't know. I have to wonder. No, I'm just kidding. Best of reveal. Yeah. This reveal was definitely probably the better one, man. Even though, like I said, I did like that Iron Fist 2-pack. Can't deny this shit. When they showed this off, I was like, God damn, these dudes are fucking back, bro. Back with the vengeance. Back with the literal vengeance, guys. Because this is the shit people want to see, man. They don't want to see that tired ass, man. I can't even remember the waves from last year, bro. That's how lackluster they were, with the exception of the sprinkled out Avengers 60-year anniversary stuff. Even some of those that I was picking up, like that Hawkeye was dope with the Sky Cycle, super gummy. The Ant-Man was super gummy. Where everything that I picked up this year so far from Marvel or Hasbro, it's been fucking literally fire sculpts, and the plastic just feels so much better compared to last year, where I'm just like, yeah, this is dope, man. For fucking great domestic price points, it's like, dude, you can't hate on this stuff, man. So that's why when I would hear people say, oh, you just don't like these action figures, man, you like this hobby, man, you find a different hobby, man, it's like, dude, this is the same company. Dude. That's why that pushback was important. You know what I mean? You can't just fucking bend over and take what they're fucking giving you. No, dude. No. And in order to get change, you gotta push back, man. You gotta give a little bit of contrast to the situation, man. You know, can't just take it, right, Boncho? Take the shit. A must cop. I like my man Wavy always hashtagging everything. Hashtag must cop. It don't have headlamps. Oh man, here we go. You're being negative. Be weird. Yeah, it's no headlamps. Yeah, we're gonna get this for sure. Yeah, dude. I don't know how you could pass up on this right here. Like at $50. Can you imagine it's cheaper than $50? You imagine this thing is $40 or 45? Fuck. Yeah, forget about it. What was my man Cobra saying? I always say this. I've been out on Legends, but these announcements were fire. I think I'm in on all of these, even the Superior Spider-Man. Yeah, dude. That's why I always kind of get a little bit of a kick when people say, I'm out on Legends. I'm out on that shit. I'll always say, you know what, it's a pass. I'll dial it back. But I like to give each wave its individual time to kind of process, like, all right, yeah, this stuff looks like crap. I'm passing up on a lot of this shit, but not here. Not here, bro. This is like one of the few times I'll ever be all in on these like Marvel Legends stuff. Usually it's like, oh yeah, pick of the litter type of stuff, but not here, man. Here, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna get everything here that was revealed. Even the scar, like, as not really attached to that character as I am. I think I just want to say, hey, I'm all in for this shit because this shit looks dope as fuck. And then also at the end of that stream, they did have like a little bit of a tease with this fucking flat rock that yeah, the theories are fucking, they're out there. A lot of people are guessing what is it? What is it? Uh he did kind of throw it in a way where it's like he threw it with two hands. So a lot of people were kind of wondering about that. It's like, oh, he threw it with two hands. So I think it's funny. They should have just showed the damn Hulkbuster, yeah. And then obviously the other leak was that Odin and Hulkbuster would be great. My man Tyler wants to get ahead of everybody. Yeah, but you guys got any ideas with this rocket beat, man? I've heard everything from fucking another Hulk to maybe this being an accessory with Hulkbuster to maybe this being an accessory with Odin, because yeah, along with this tease, they did take like a little bit of a selfie, and I hate selfies, but yeah, I think they did this one on purpose. They had this Hulkbuster deluxe box on the table, so it looks like, yeah, good little leak for everybody to kind of get excited about future reveal. And yeah, when that Superior Spider-Man went up for pre-order on Amazon, we went down to the description. It looks like yeah, it is confirmed that it is Hulkbuster coming, and Odin also part of a future release from Marvel Legends. So fucking pretty exciting stuff, man. Because yeah, like I said, dude, 85 years for these guys, nothing to slouch at, man. From Marvel, I mean, and yeah, Marvel Legends doing it right. They're doing it right, guys. And I can attribute that to the pushback from the community, man. I don't attribute it to the people just buying anything that gets fed to them. Like, that's, companies don't learn anything from that, you know. Obviously, yeah, they can kind of take that money, kind of reproduce stuff, but I felt like Hasbro was going down the slippery slope of just like screwing over the consumer a lot of the times. You can't do that. You can't do that in any business. You have to, it has to be a fair exchange of quality goods versus the money. You want the fucking money, right, motherfuckers? But yo, before I get a little bit too adamant and too lost in myself, beware with the selfies. Yeah, I hate selfies, bro. Every time I see selfies of like people at the stores, it's like, dude, what are you doing, bro? How embarrassing. Like, oh man, I hate to tell people that I'm into this hobby a lot of the times, because when you see shit like that, I'm gonna rip into it. But anyways, guys, that's all the show I have for the evening. Closing it out on a nice 2-hour mark. Sorry about starting the show off a little bit earlier this week. It's like I said at the beginning, man, I do have work after this, so do want to get a nice little nap in before it gets too late. But don't get tired of saying it, guys. I'm thankful for everybody that tunes in. Appreciate everybody that shares. Appreciate everybody that subs, likes the videos, leaves comments. Appreciate all that stuff. I do look at all the comments. Got to get better at replying to everybody, man. A lot of the times, sometimes it's not so many comments, but I do like interacting with you guys, man. If you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram and stuff, always message me, man. I'm always willing to talk toys and stuff. And yeah, I'm always excited to kind of get a little bit of your guys' perspective and bring that onto the toys, because like I said, there's a Discord. People are posting their opinions on there. Some of the times I get some of the talking points for this show from there, or I get talking points from conversations that I have with people throughout the week, and just try to bring it and deliver it and bring my own opinions too, because like I said, these are just my opinions, guys. These are not, you know, fucking trying to shit talk people's collections or collecting habits or any of that stuff. This is just the thoughts that I have, and I want to deliver that and bring that to a show. So yeah, like I said, I'm thankful and I appreciate that people want to tune in for that, because who is this guy taking fucking selfies? But bruh, my man, bruh. But yeah, guys, you guys got anything else you guys want to comment or anything? Rip into it. Macho. My man, hey, yeah, appreciate all you guys, man. And like I always say, follow each other. If you guys come across each other on Instagram and stuff, follow each other, man. You guys are always cool to interact with, and kind of cool people to kind of, you know, come in and touch base with when it comes to these reveals, man. Have good shift, bro. Hey, yo, thanks, Cobra. Awesome show, bro, man. Thank you guys, man. But yeah, be back next week, guys. Same time, maybe, but definitely the same place. Peace out, guys.